Uh, uh, uh. Okay. Wee, wee, wee. Okay. Uh, I think we just gotta start. So, good evening, everyone. Good evening, good morning, good day, good afternoon, good whatever it is, wherever you are. And we are, so in this stream, we are gonna continue the storyline. And the reason why I keep doing this live stream because I usually upload storylines, but it's so boring to look at, and it's so it takes time to edit videos that long. So yeah, you know what? Let's just do a live stream about it. And I feel like I can do live streams quite a lot nowadays. So you know, I figure out I fixed my internet problem, I hope, I think, and I think it's gonna be fine. And there's gonna be a lot more live streams coming up in this channel, hopefully. And before we are going, okay. The room is really hot. Like genuinely it feels like a sauna. I do have a fan, but I genuinely don't like it because there's gonna be some background noise. But you know what? I don't really care. I'm just gonna turn on my fan. There's gonna be some background noise in the background because it's a background noise. So, 'cause I feel like I'm dying with this room without AC. Because my room is always like this. Okay, I just realized that I have 14 tickets, Star Rail Pass. So I think I'm just gonna do this. I am actually aiming to get the Hertas light cones. Mose. What is the point of getting 4-star anymore? Everyone is E6 already. What's the point? One. So I'm really trying to get the Hertas cones, light cones. I think it's about 50. 50, yeah. 50 pulls, so technically maybe I can get a 5-star cones from this. It's still 11 days, still a lot of time to go. And yeah, 275. I did the event already. It is pretty boring. My god. But it is kind of like win and win situation. Yeah, it depends of if I'm gonna win 50-50 or not. Fun fact, I never lose 50-50 in a weapons manner, in the light cones manner. So hopefully that history always repeats by itself. Alright, it's time to go. time to do... What is this again? I forgot. Deactivate. Ah, this is the memory stuff. Alright, here we go, guys. Hopefully I can enjoy this. The stream is gonna be about 3 hours, so more than 3 hours my brain is gonna explode. Although I suggest this is gonna be a really long storyline, like always. Because let's be real, ever since we go to Amphoreus, I think story can be really long. It can be like 8 hours per patch. I expect it's gonna be another 8 hours in this patch. It's a 3.2 patch now. I'm just gonna just about to start the 3.2, and I expect 3.3 will be the same. So imagine the 8 hours each patch, 8 times 4, we already got 24 hours. I believe that is even longer than Penacony, the whole Penacony storyline. It's horrible. I'm saying to you, it's really horrible of how long the storyline can be. It is enjoyable, don't get me wrong, I like it. I like the storyline, but I wish they can make it a little bit shorter. Alright. Investigate. Oh, we start with this. Tribiosus' memory has unveiled the very first prophecy. All shall bid farewell to one, and that person alone will witness the miracle. Such is the will of fate. If I take the Oronix's trial, will the prophecy come to pass for me as well? Regardless, I must give Aglaia an answer. What answer? For some time ago? Why are we going back and forth
you,
now?
Cass. I finished the anthology of poems you lent me. Here it is.
Cassie, I put Cassius on the thumbnail because I suppose it's gonna be her story.
I thought you'd be too preoccupied to find time for reading.
Precisely because of these obligations, I felt compelled to read it swiftly.
Okay.
Wouldn't all these preoccupations slow your pace?
On the contrary, knowing that time is limited can push one to overcome their limitations. The weight of these responsibilities seems to have enhanced my reading efficiency.
Responsibilities.
I understand completely. During my time at the Grove, the closer exams drew, the more efficient I became at tackling everyday mundane tasks. Anything but my actual studies.
Precisely. As I remember, you and Phainon were both disciples of the new Sporists. I assume that Anaxa's exams were as unreasonable as the man himself, correct?
The courses Professor Anaxa taught were Introduction to Alchemy and History of Mythology. And to be perfectly honest, those two courses were the students' greatest nightmares.
Introduction to Alchemy and History of Mythology. How is that even related to one another?
The history of mythology taught by the blasphemous great performer himself. I can imagine their fear.
Now that I think about it, students would often rush to the podium during class to challenge him on those blasphemous ideas. May I ask, Lady Aglaia, has your relationship with Professor Anaxa always been like this?
He openly dismisses people's faith and questions the very justification of the Flame Chase journey. Our positions have been destined to be at odds. While you were studying there, I assume you must have heard of his nickname.
A Dromus draped in finery?
As I see it, this nickname is more of an insult to the Dromas. Despite his insufferable arrogance,
that's so cute.
I do hold a certain respect for his nature as a scholar. To remain true to his principles, he is unafraid to stand opposed to the world, and that requires considerable resolve.
Oh, so you kind of dislike him, but you also kind of admire him. Okay, I think we got for something a relationship happening.
Anaxagoras' life is almost like a satire. As a Chrysos heir, he refuses to heed the prophecy, while he disrespects the gods.
Damn.
The gods have chosen him.
He was indeed chosen by Circes. Is something weighing on you, Cass? The golden thread is quivering. I sense there's more to this exchange than idle chatter.
With all due respect, I'd like to know what you plan to do with him.
In light of his assistance in the battle against the Flame Reaver, I am willing to grant him some time to find a way to remove the core flame. However, if Anaxa decides to make any move that places us in danger, I will not hesitate to take extreme measures.
Just as I feared.
The Flame Chase journey is the destined path for the Chrysos heirs. Yet he now seems more like an empty shell. Given his strong sense of self-respect, I trust that Anaxagoras will make the right decision.
Still, I can't help but hope for another possibility. Perhaps Anaxa will also overcome his limitations, now that he knows time is limited.
I understand your stance. Let's continue this discussion another time. But now, let's greet our guest.
Oh,
You're here.
I'm here. Say my name. Say my name.
Does this mean you're ready to take on Orynyx's trial?
Oh yeah, we forgot. I forgot that she's gonna go into the Titan's trial. We are ready. Mame and me. I'm still on the fence.
It seems that this sacred beast is just as indispensable, given
Sacred
their
beast.
intricate ties to the Titan.
How do you call Mem a beast?
Memmy mem, memmy mem mem mem.
Thanks to you.
Memmy mem, memmy mem.
Thanks to you, I evolved from a little dog into a sacred beast. Hi OCD, hi, welcome.
Surrendering the core flame is a
Why is your name
Chrysos heir's
OCD?
duty. Your selfless assistance is deeply appreciated.
Good name.
However, I urge you to carefully consider the risks of accepting the trial. Becoming a demigod means forsaking your humanity. You will inherit Orynyx's divinity and bear the time of Amphoreus, all on your own.
Why we're trying to be demigod? Well, we, you know, we're from the Express.
From that point onward, your fate will be forever intertwined with ours, never to be separated again.
A
Until
demigod
the end of Genesis.
in this planet. But we are, you know, our job is to always moving around, not stuck in the one world. Are you trying to talk me out of it?
On the contrary, you are the only one who qualifies to attain divinity. Yet, for that very reason, I do not wish to
Divinity.
pressure you.
Is there a plan B?
It's exceedingly rare to find a capable Chrysos heir. If this path proves unattainable, I am willing to lower my expectations.
We can become a Chrysos heir.
There are still many priests of
But
Yanisopoulos and their descendants in
the
the city.
situation about the
If
Chrysos
I'm left
heirs
with
doesn't
no
seem to
other
be
option,
good to me.
I'll try to find someone worthy among them.
Okay, seems like a shot in the dark. If I do not descend into hell, who will? Alright, that's it, I'm out.
Mem worry.
Damn.
Memmy, memmy, mem.
Mem worry.
Memmy, mem,
Mem. With me by your side, even if things go south, you'll be heading straight to heaven.
Memmy, mem.
We've come so far, and everyone is counting on you to be a hero. For the trial, as for the trial, you have nothing to fear. The Time Titan may be willful at times, but they never cause us any harm. To me, they just seems a bit timid, just like a child.
It looks like you know that Titan rather well.
Why is nobody sus about Mem, right? Finally, someone sus about her. Oddly enough, I don't remember ever meeting them, but the moment I saw her, Oronix's memories were already in my head.
Memories that exist outside of your own experiences.
I can't explain why, but I can vouch for Mem's words. When I was in the Abyss, I heard the Titan's groans, full of pain and grievances, yet without any ill will.
I trust you all to make the right call. Do I even have any say in this?
Since you've made your decision, go back to the bath chamber and get some rest. Trinem will call for you when the ceremony is ready. It is difficult for me, as the guide, to absolve myself from blame for things to have progressed to this point. Time and again, you have risen to the occasion for Akima. Merely rewarding you with some honeydew is no longer able to express the extent of our gratitude. When the dust settles,
So?
I hope that we'll have the chance to have a long chat regarding your return journey and the curse of the sky. It's about time that we lift the taboo and discuss things openly.
So you just discuss openly now? What I really dislike about the Amphoreus storyline is they focus too much on Amphoreus itself. It may sound weird, but the Trailblazers doesn't seems to be involved that much from the last two patches now. Now we are in a 3.2 patches storyline.
May everything go well for you and Mem.
It just feels like now we finally get a moment to shine, maybe, but it feels so lonely without the other nameless. You need Aglaia for something too?
It's nothing. I only came to discuss some matters with Lady Aglaia. Previously, I lent her an anthology of poems that Lady Trianne had gifted to me. Tracing back, this anthology was something left for Lady Trianne by a bard before their passing.
Oh.
Although personal properties should be cleared out once their owner has passed on, Lady Trianne gave this book to me since she knew how much I like to read.
Can you tell me more about the book? Is this book very special?
No, it's just an ordinary book.
It's
definitely
special.
not some kind of unique copy.
Because it's Trianne that gave it.
It just contains an allegory. In a faraway land, in a city known as Styxia, a dragon corrupted by the black tide descended one day, swooping upon the city like death itself. It swallowed the princess of the city whole before it was suppressed. After taking down the evil dragon, the warriors discovered that the princess's life had already met its end.
It swallowed the princess of the city whole before it was suppressed. After taking down the evil dragon, the warriors discovered that the princess' life had already met its end.
Overwhelmed by grief, the queen hired an alchemist to resurrect the princess using the dragon's flesh and blood.
This is not about your story, right?
However, having lost memories of her previous life, the resurrected princess turned into an evil dragon herself and wreaked havoc on the city. As a result, the prosperous Styxia met its demise.
Styxia, what a dark story. Story dark. I cannot take it seriously, man. It mustn't have been easy for Cass to narrate this story so calmly.
The author of this book is Archepia, a wandering bard who traveled to many cities. Among the things she left behind are poems, dictionaries, and many tragicomedy scripts. She even clearly underlined and took notes in books that covered myths with her elegant handwriting. While flipping through these books, I felt like I was afforded a glimpse into the life of Archepia. It felt just like I was traveling with someone that I'd never met before. It was as if she had yet to pass on and was still alive.
Why it is giving me some kind of hint that it was you? No one goes through life without leaving their mark behind. She probably did not think much of it while she was writing.
That's right. Writing, drawing, and taking photographs. It seems like human nature to try and leave records of things. Speaking of taking photographs, when I was helping you to take the photo previously, I did not look through the photos in your photo stone out of courtesy.
Photo stone.
But I'm also very curious about the story of the Rosy Celestial Maiden.
Yes.
Despite having
March
visited many
7.
cities in Amphoreus, I still understand nothing about the world beyond the sky. If there is an opportunity...
There will always be opportunity.
Forget it. Let's talk about this in the future. For now,
I wanna
only
tell
hope
you a
that you'll be able
story.
to complete the trial safely and obtain Orynyx's blessing.
Bruh. I wanna tell you a story about the Great Nameless. Who cares about this Orynyx story? Why do we trying to become Chrysos heirs again? Why are we trying to take Orynyx's? I think because they don't have one, right? Everything is so confusing. Python. Citizens Assembly? Oh yeah, you don't have a voice.
That's right. Oh, partner, you're back just in
Screw
time.
you, America.
This is something that the both of you should probably know.
What? Some good news?
Good news? I wouldn't call it that.
Yep, of course it's not good news. Do you remember the Council of Elders that was on our heels previously? It seems like they've made their move.
Some background information
Council of
for you.
Elders, man.
The Council of Elders is an authoritative body in Amphoreus, made up of different city representatives. They hold legislative power over the Holy City, and are in charge of presiding over the Citizens' Assembly held once every few years.
They are sus from the very beginning. They are behind all of this.
This is the most important social event of Akima. It is highly influential, and can even affect what happens to the Flame Chase journey.
So Aglaia doesn't actually call the shots.
Despite her vision and wisdom that spans across thousands of years, even she cannot win over the hearts of everyone.
I've never once passed my sociology class. Perhaps you should retake some exams next time we visit Paperfold University. Paperfold University being mentioned. Tell me more about the Citizens' Assembly.
Every 5 to 10 years, the Council of Elders organizes a Citizens' Assembly at Dawncloud. During the assembly, the representatives will vote on major issues, such as whether the Chrysos heirs led by Aglaia should still hold the right to govern the Holy City, and whether the Titan's conquest should continue.
It sounds like some sort of system to balance the heroes and the mortals.
That is correct. However, the problem lies in the fact that there are ill-intentioned extremists in the Council of Elders. They view
Ill-intentioned
the Citizens'
extremists.
Assembly as a way to restrain the Chrysos heirs, and hope to take complete control over the Flame Chase journey. We can refer to them as the opposition.
Yeah.
During the assemblies held in the past 100 years, the voices supporting the opposition have been growing stronger in the shadows. It's only thanks to Aglaia that the Flame Chase journey has been able to continue to this day. The Citizens' Assembly is just around the corner. But this time, there seems to be a new variable to the situation.
Is it us? It's me. No. Although we might be mentioned, the Council of Elders has another target in
I'm
mind.
afraid that the Council of Elders might want to take advantage of Professor Anaxa. Aglaia will surely take back Circe's core flame, but with Anaxa's current condition. It's so unique that nobody knows how taking the core flame away from him will affect him. He has always been someone that is only concerned about his own research. I'm certain that he must want to escape from the monitoring of the golden thread and protect himself. If the opposition were to offer an olive branch at this time...
You suspect that he might betray the flame chase journey and defect towards the council elder?
Anaxa has never believed in the prophecy, so technically it cannot be considered a betrayal. However, he has taught many Chrysos heirs, and has long been considered an important ally of Akuma. I truly do not wish to see comrades turning on one another.
I have a better understanding of the full picture now. Is there anything we can do?
As I believe in his character, I
Nothing.
plan to plead with Aglaya and try to buy more time for him. Then, the greatest way in which you can help is for you to know what I am fighting for.
We understand. Thank you for being honest with us. Danheng the NPC. Things are piling up again. Stel and Mem are tied up with Oronix's trial, and while I'm preparing to visit the grove to uncover clues about the world beyond the sky. Let's just take things one step at a time.
Allow me to apologize for the fact that we always seem to be troubling you. I hope that Oronix will show more benevolence and be more accommodating. I remember that they seemed quite fond of you back in the Abyss. Go and rest and regain your strength. We'll meet at the Vortex in a few days.
Maybe you guys should
Right.
help
You can
me
read this
to
scroll if you
connect
want to
back
find out
to
more
the
about the
Astral
Council of Elders and the
Express.
Citizens' Assembly.
Study of the Citizens' Assembly. Citizenship and citizenship policies of Okima. Oh my god, that's really long. Basically politics. We can just stop at that. It's just as I suspected. The troubles afflicting the Flame Chase journey aren't just external issues. The complex internal politics and interpersonal relationships are also exacerbating the problems. English. We can't let our guard down. We have to find out where we stand in this large interwoven web. Rest for the night. Why are we resting here? Can we just get inside?
I'm nervous.
Maybe I'm nervous. Get out of here. It's not that soon. There are still a few more days until then.
Nervous,
Nervous, mem. This is just an exaggerated figure of speech to express how nervous I'm feeling right now. Let's just hope that everything goes well. After all, as someone who has earned the gaze of an Aeon, you should be able to overcome the trial of a regional god just fine. We've also unknowingly gotten used to sleeping with midday sun shining brightly above our heads. Get some rest. Perhaps a new phase of our trailblazing expedition in Amphoreus is about to begin. Let's get some rest. Funny that you guys mentioned that there's no night in here. The world without night will basically feels really hot.
Vacant totem awaits.
It's gonna be unreal. The reason we have night is just to cool it down a little bit.
If you
There
have
you go.
already made your preparations to become a pillar of Amphoreus, please step forward.
Where's the step backwards? No, I'm not. I don't wanna. No. Cassie, help me.
Miss. I'm sorry. I'm not sure what I should say to help calm your nerves. Right. Perhaps something like, as long as you can successfully complete this trial, the rest of the flame chase journey will be smooth sailing? No,
Aw.
that sounds a little strange. Ah, don't worry. It won't take up too much of your time. Don't worry. You'll definitely make it back alive.
Why is she so adorable?
Oh, sorry. It seems like I've made the mood even heavier. In any case, may everything go your way.
Thank you. You have something to
Accepting
say?
Titan's trial is a very peculiar experience. I'm afraid that I'm not able to accurately describe it. You can only go and experience it for yourself.
You experience
I
it
believe that you'll
yourself,
be able to pull
now.
it off.
But you fail, right? You failed, Painon. Ah.
I
Glaya.
can still vividly recall when you entered the vortex of Genesis for the first time. At that time, I could never have imagined that a guest from beyond the sky would shoulder the fate of Amphoreus.
Yeah.
Don't feel burdened. Just like during the trial of strife,
Because you
June
guys
and
sucks.
Painon will be waiting for you outside. If something unforeseen were to occur, they will intervene in the trial and rescue you. May Cathali bless you.
Thank you, Kefali.
Little Gray and Mem, thank you.
And Mem.
Your resolves cannot be questioned. We
Aw.
praise your pure selflessness and courage. May Kefali light your path forward. Get ready to assume Orynyx's divinity, Trailblazer.
Okay. We're taking out Orynyx's
The divine
core flame
position
thingy.
of Orynyx has already been vacant for some time.
Vacant for some
We
time.
can feel the space of the trial closing. As there isn't much of their soul left, we'll have to complete the ceremony before their soul completely dissipates.
I've long gotten used to fighting fires. Let's do this.
The
Aw.
eighth core flame coveted by the miracle that once belonged to the great veil of Evernight, Orynyx. It shall now be returned by the two elected heroes of the Chrysosairs. A traveler who is upright and courageous,
Traveler?
and a sacred beast that invokes miracles. Who?
Mem who? It's also who from me, not that.
Both of you, please, come forward. Recite along with us.
Recite along with
O
us.
majesty of the 12 titans, pillars of
Oh.
the world.
I'm sure she got a voice. The voice actor doesn't get bugged. So, just pause a little bit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There are 12 Chrysos heirs, 12 titans, right? We are about to take one, just Orynyx, and I think we got, we got some already. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 left.
We seek your divinity to mend the rifts of the
12
world.
Chrysos heirs. There's gonna be quite a lot.
Fill our bodies with blood of gold, till we wither
Till
in
we
willing
wither.
service to the prophecy.
Thanks to the prophecy. She's supposed to stalk. I don't think I have gold blood.
These are just words meant to make the prayer seem more solemn. Please, focus.
Sorry. Oh,
And surrender the core flame.
the core flame. Let me enjoy the core flame. Click and hold to submit the core flame and complete your objective. Yeah. Whoa. So we're gonna fight, right? Oh, Titans murmur. Sound of Oryx.
Oryx. Their soul has been waiting for a long time.
Perhaps they're also quietly waiting for the arrival of their successor.
Wait for my return, my friends. My fellow friends.
The last time I heard this, things didn't turn out that well.
Hey, don't jinx it.
Don't worry, Aglaya. She's tougher than I am, right?
It's talking about you. At least you're safe. Let's go, mem. Let's go, ma'am. Whatever it is. We're gone.
Traveler from beyond the sky.
Traveler from beyond the
Let us
sky.
pray that the Titan acknowledges your worthiness.
Although she loves cracking jokes at inopportune times, her determination is as strong as the Chrysos heirs. She will definitely succeed.
As strong as the Chrysos heirs. I am stronger
she's
than
away.
that.
I would like to have a chat with you, Aglaya.
It's about Anaxa.
Speak. I'm listening.
Okay. What are we fighting? Titans murmurs. Thanks, game. Appreciate it.
Slap, slap.
Slap, slap.
Wake up.
Why are you speaking human?
How is it? How do you feel?
Wait, you speak human? How are you able to talk?
Right? I think that it's amazing too. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3.
Wait. I'm afraid that you are that one pink-haired girl, right? Cyrene? Is that her
I
name?
have such a cute voice.
I have a feeling that it's
It
that
must be
you.
because of all the memories that I collected. They allowed me to grow beyond expectations.
Yeah.
Also, listen. The words of the Titan are becoming clearer.
Mother, I am your mother.
Have I finally reached the end? Are the years of isolation coming to an end?
Aw.
Oryx. Oh, how heartbreaking. Ever since the figure draped in the black cloak robbed them of their core flame, they have been relegated to waiting in isolation in such a confined space. We are going to help alleviate their pain, right?
Yes. Whatever it is.
Broken.
Memories broken.
Where?
I'm here. Where are we? Sanctum of Prophecy, Yanusopolis. Oh god.
Mother? Who are they calling out for?
It's me. We are more than just Chrysos heirs if the Titan call us mother, literally. Surely we are more than that.
You. It's you. I remember you.
I remember you.
Sky Father has gazed upon you.
Sky Father.
Mother is calling for you.
Mother is calling for you? Does Sky Father refer to Fully? Oh. Now you're not speaking anymore. Fully is the remembrance, right? The Titan's words are indistinct. Each syllable emerging from the mist seemed to be cloaked in frost, symbolizing memories.
Sky Father has chosen you.
Yes. Who is your mother? Stupid Titan murmurs. A majestic voice pierces through a golden mist. reaching the unseen mountain waits in the distance, reflecting and returning to your ears as an echo. Within the echo, you seemingly could make out the cry of a baby.
Mother is no longer responding.
Who's your mother? We've come to you because of something important. So mother is not me. I thought mother is me.
Important and important matter.
Oryx, listen to me.
Listen to
Aren't
me.
you tired? Throughout the long years, you have always been protecting the fate of Amphoreus.
Thank you for speaking, ma'am.
Each time people draw strength from within their memories, every
tired
single
of
ripple
voicing you.
falls onto your shoulders. There's no need for you to bear this any longer, Oryx. From today onwards, someone else will bear time on your behalf. This is why we have come.
Freedom.
Freedom. Freedom?
Freedom. I want freedom.
Yeah,
Poor
freedom.
child, everything will be fine. Let us help you. You can have a good rest now.
Titan's murmurs. Leave it to us, Titan. Big fella. Sure.
You have potential, strength,
I do.
willpower, powerful, and tenacious. But you lack
You lack something.
something. Just
One thing.
Lacking something. What is it?
What is it? I'm gonna guess. Titan murmurs. You Honkai speak rail. I hate you.
what you lack.
What you lack?
A future.
A future? What do you mean? I don't have a future? That's right, I live in the moment. I don't have a future? What do you mean by that?
Future?
Traveler from the
No.
sky. You should have dissipated already.
Dissipated
The
already.
gaze from the Sky Father. Stabilize your form.
Stabilize your form.
Because from the moment you crossed the sky, your life was cast away.
What does that
Right
mean?
now, you are simply a collection of walking memories.
A collection of walking memories.
What? How is that possible?
What? Do you mean that I'm already dead? Hmm? Frozen in time?
The space is collapsing.
Space is collapsing.
Someone must inherit.
Hey, new Lemonaru. Welcome. Someone must inherit the authority of time.
The pillar is lost. The laws of time will collapse. Amphoreus will succumb to eternal disorder.
You still haven't explained things clearly.
Time never compromises. Never bears grudges.
Asian UID. How do you know I am Asian?
Never makes a choice. Child of humanity.
Child of humanity.
Mother.
Sky Father.
Sky Father. Time.
You Titan speak in riddles.
Everything that exists in this world.
Oryx's divinity is dissipating?
Ah,
Is the trial coming to an end?
Pathstrider of remembrance. My strength. I shall entrust it
What?
to you.
I'm here to become a Chrysos heir, not trying to become a Titan themselves.
Of the world.
What?
If you wish to save it, go
Yeah?
and find your future that has been stolen.
Future has been
Even
stolen.
if that means you'll have to cheat death. You'll have to challenge that hand of shadow.
Hand of Shadow. Death Titan. Okay, stop shaking. A white screen. Thank you, game. Before the passing of 15 and 3 hours. Go forth. This is the true trial of time. Udu is about the trial of time. Excuse me. Black screen. Oh. Hello. Hi there, boy. You're finally awake. Voicing Dan Heng again. I'll keep it simple. You succeeded. What? I'm not doing anything. Oryx has entrusted you with their divinity. Now, you're no different from the demigod of Amphoreus, however. Mem has told me about what happened during the trial. They're still explaining things to the others and told me to bring you back to your room to rest first. The Titan must be joking, right? There's something that I've never told you. When we landed on Amphoreus, our car was pierced by Nikador's lance. Do you remember? Back in the ruins of the abyss, this was what that it said. You passed out when our car got hit. Blacked out. I blacked out too, but not before dragging you out. It's a good thing we were in the car, or we would have been crushed to pieces. Actually, my account kind of made light of the situation. What actually happened was much more complicated. You were severely injured back then, with several wounds still bleeding profusely. I struggled to carry you out and used the last of my strength to stem the bleeding. But then I was also hit by a falling rock and lost my consciousness. The last time I checked, you still weren't breathing. But when I regained consciousness, I saw that you were alive and full of energy. So I never brought this up again. Oh, what? Oh no, there's something weird happening to me, Dunhang. How exactly did I come back to life? I'm not sure whether the gaze of Fully has anything to do with this matter, but according to the Titan, you are living in the form of a memory right now, just like those objects of the past in the miracle of Oryx. Perhaps Mem is the anchor rope that ties you to the present. I had assumed they couldn't stray too far from you, but the truth might be the exact opposite. Cry for me. Stellaron, do something. What should we do next? It's not time for us to despair yet. There must be a way to save you. Of course. Onyx mentioned finding your stolen future and cheating death. Considering Maidi's indestructible body, it seems to suggest that there is some kind of miraculous power in Amphoreus that can even reverse death. The key seems to lie with the Hand of Shadow, Death Titan, whose whereabouts are unknown.
Hey, are you alright?
No, I'm not, because I'm dead.
I heard you two talking about Thanatos.
Huh.
Cass is also very concerned about the warning. She has left the vortex and returned to the garden. Shall we go and look for her?
Whoa.
Thanatos is the Titan that Cass has always been looking for. Regardless of whether there are any clues, there's probably no one else that understands death better than her.
Is that the reason why we can touch her, though? Because we're technically not alive. Let's do that then.
Oh, right. There's something that I have to tell you. The Chrysosairs already know everything that has happened to you.
Hmm?
I was too worried, so I told them everything. Please don't hate me, okay?
They need to. They need to know. So it's fine, ma'am. Ma'am. Now you speak normally. We're not even in the Titan room now. She can speak normally. What's happened there?
Miss, I'm right here.
Oh. You hear soft steps coming closer, one step at a time. Cool.
Please stay there and slowly turn around.
Black screen. Why? Cassie, why? For some reason you feel you have seen this scene before. You want to turn your head, but you glimpse a dash of purple bruising past your face. Then a chill seeps through your skin, spreading into your veins. Thump, your heartbeat begins to slow. At this moment, I just want to close my eyes. Remembering the near-death experience, gotta stay on guard. Your vision blurs, and cold reality fades into a purple ocean. What you done to me, Cassie? No. And then...
Please pardon me.
Oh, what? What? Excuse me? Excuse me? I just want some screenshot. Cassie, oh my god, she's so pretty. This is the art that we love. A subtle fragrance of an unnamed flower fills your senses, its sweetness making you forget the need to breathe. You realize you are still alive. No, to be more precise, your death was not horror. The coldness of the initial touch dispersed as quickly as it came, and replacing it is the touch of fingertips and a tremble born in the trepidation that originated from a certain lanky arm. Her quivering finger gently bruises against your cheek, causing a faint tickle.
Just as I expected. I cannot feel anything.
Cannot feel anything. Castris, you're shaking. Am I really dead?
Back at the Grove, I was puzzled as to why you were not affected by my curse. I thought that it might have been the special ability of a traveler from beyond the sky. Never did I expect that this would be the true reason. I'm sorry. I should have noticed that something was amiss earlier. Miss,
So if we alive,
if my abrupt behavior just now offended you,
we can still
I hope that you can forgive
affected
me.
by you. No problem.
I'm just
You can
thinking,
touch me anytime.
if your soul has really left your body, as a mortician, I might be able to trace where it has gone to.
Cass, did you find anything?
My apologies. Not as of yet. Perhaps I have overestimated my capabilities. But, Miss, would you be willing to let me try again? This time, I'll increase the area of contact slightly.
Ooh. The area of
Perhaps
contact.
the result might be different this time.
Refuse. I think I'll pass. There's no harm in trying
I have
again.
never touched the living in this way before.
Oh.
If my actions are in any way disrespectful, I hope that you can forgive me.
No. You never touch anyone. The first touch is gonna be me. Oh, look, the same the same CG. Castris once again placed her palm in your face. Her shivers calm somewhat this time. Huh? Did you discover something?
I seem to have caught a glimpse of something. Your soul is currently roaming someplace and cannot find a way to escape. But perhaps it might not be a bad thing. If your soul is still wandering around, it means that we still have time. We have a chance to find it before the fingers of Thanatos sweep everything away. Clues. Just a few more. I need more guidance. The connection has been severed. With my strength, I'm not able to trace it. It was me. I was a little too hasty. Don't worry, miss. Although we currently have no leads, I will do my best to search for the whereabouts of Thanatos, bring back their core flame, and personally return to you the life that you have lost too soon.
Oh.
I know that I'm lacking in confidence, but I hope that you can keep this promise of mine in mind. Before I manage to deliver on this promise, please do your best to hang on. Amphoreus needs you.
Oh. Of course Amphoreus needs me. Life on bravely, I understand.
Lady Aglaya and Lord Finon are currently discussing some matters in the baths. They're worried about you too.
Discussing matters
If
in the
possible,
baths.
please go there and let them know that you're well. Although, I don't actually know whether your current situation can be described as well. Also, please accept this Styxian fable. Reading can help one to focus and relax. I hope that reading this can help tide you through this difficult period.
I don't think any activity can actually help my current situation. So,
Lady Aglaya and Lord...
as far as I understand, so based on that, we are dead. We are completely dead. So, you know, the Trailblazers is dead. But the reason why we're still here is because of the Remembrance Eon. And that's the reason why they said we are actually exist as a memory only. Because the Remembrance actually supporting us this whole time. You just cannot make that storyline out of nowhere. That is impressive, honestly.
They're here.
Hey.
That partner! Hyacinth said you definitely wake up. How do you feel?
So the entire world knows about this now. She can even take a pulse of someone who's dead. It feels quite cool being a departed spirit.
Well, at least you look no different from the living. I think that most living people don't even look as good as you do.
You've
That
completed
is
the trial of
insane
time.
though.
And I have to admit that the process went better than I expected. Even in the end, that Titan's heart still showed a soft spot for humankind.
Of course.
However,
It's
I never
Oronix.
expected that. Two people who have cheated death would appear in Akima at the same time.
That's what we have been talking about. Mighty has been in Akima for such a long time, but has no one thought to study his indestructible body? If there were even any minor breakthroughs, we wouldn't be as clueless as we are right now.
Many have had this idea, but so far, there have been no results. If it were successful, Thanatos wouldn't have disappeared without a trace. Nevertheless, now is not the time for us to give up. At the very least, we can still see a glimmer of hope, Cypher.
Cypher.
If anyone in this world knows the whereabouts of death, it would be her. I'll try and get her to return to Akima, but do be prepared for a less than ideal outcome. Please understand that throughout the history of Amphoreus, no one has ever managed to escape the clutches of death. At the end...
Oops. At the end of time, Thanatos silently awaits all. Thank you for your all.
It is my duty. We too require you to bear the divine position of time. But before that, just...
What's wrong, Aglaya?
Omens always come in pairs. A tiny air current will eventually brew into a storm that tears the sky apart. It's Anaxagoras. He has initiated contact with the
Anaxagoras.
Council of Elders.
In the end, it has still come down to this.
I earnestly hope that your assessment of him is accurate, Finan. Otherwise, the efforts of my teacher and I of the past millennium might be reduced to dust because of that great performer.
Whoa, Anaxa's POV. Making the storyline even longer. Classic hoyoverse Honkai Star Rail. Where are you?
I'm back here again. I remember this dream. This realm is covered in a silk-like fog, and the land is barren and harsh.
Hey! Excuse me! What is this place? Where in Amphoreus are we?
Wandering trail. Oh, what the hell is that?
The mutters of the traveler are in a language I'm unable to comprehend. Or perhaps they're just distracted and ignored my question.
Tell me, which titan reigns over this land?
Oh.
Hand of Shadow.
Death Titan.
Hand of Shadow Thanatos. Could this possibly be the Netherrealm?
The Netherrealm?
Not Netherrealm.
Netherrealm.
Then where is this? River of Souls?
We have the Nether?
The outskirts of a Netherrealm?
In
Are you heading
Amphoreus?
downstream toward the
What are we,
Netherrealm?
Minecraft?
The Netherrealm. Nothing but an illusion. Titan rejects
You.
you.
Me.
Me. Listen.
What? The traveler lifts their wrinkled fingers and remains silent. I look in the direction they are pointing and listen closely. There. A massive shadow brought the sound of rushing tides. The sound of tides. I can hear it.
Sound of
I hear
tides.
it. Deep within the tides. A voice.
I'm
about
gonna
to-
speed up this.
Child of humanity.
Child of
Is it death's
humanity.
embrace you yearn for with such urgency?
Oh, is it the Death Titan? Oh. It's it's Cersei's.
Oh, you have awoken. Welcome back to the mortal realm. Your consciousness is dissipating much faster than I expected. Ultimately, it seems like the Titan's core flame is incompatible with a mortal body.
How much longer can my consciousness remain in the mortal realm?
In my estimation, at best, you'll see 15 more entry hours.
In 3 hours. Dawn.
15 days and nights.
What is it? Are you finally starting to become attached to the mortal world now?
On the contrary, 15 days feels a little too long for solving a singular problem. Stop giggling. It's time for us to go. The messenger from the Council of Elders is almost here.
Let me ask you one more question. Are you really planning to betray Aglaya's will?
What betrayal is there to speak of when I was never loyal to her to begin with?
What about that white-haired student of yours? Acting so recklessly, do you not care about what might happen to him?
There will be a price to pay for blind faith. This is also a lesson for Finan.
You truly are a strict teacher.
Truly are a strict
Of
teacher.
course. This is how I've always been.
Okay. We're not trying to be emo. Why? Eternal City Okema. Why? Everything is just locked for some reason. I used to be able to just, you know, teleport. What's this? Failed to that. Come on, quick.
sorry to keep you waiting, Lord Anaxagoras.
Why are you so robotic?
It's been a while, Lord Anax. I greet you on behalf of...
It's you. I never expected that you would personally come and meet me.
By carefully into Lantern above, I have come as a testament to the justice of the Council of Elders.
There are Antikytherans here? They have been a rare sight ever since the Chrysos War.
I extend to you my utmost respect, revered Titan.
Revered
I
Titan.
am Lycurgus, though you may call me Lygus.
Lygus.
Holding honorary position within the Council of Elders.
Lygos.
You know about that, just as I am come.
I wanna skip to the Council of Elders.
Well, Anaxagoras, let's forego the formality of a certain...
Damn,
Very well.
that laugh is so scary.
She's been waiting.
Let's go.
Follow me.
Council of Elders.
Is something on your mind?
Nothing, really. It's just a question that I contemplate every time before I ascend Dawn Cloud. For the Titans,
Dawn Cloud.
does the falling equate...
A pondering truly deep. Time is on our side. Do you mind sharing your...
While all living beings must ultimately face their demise, Kefali has yet to meet theirs.
Are you suggesting that Kefali may not have truly passed?
Yes. For dying implies an ongoing process, an action. Whereas death signifies a static state, a definitive termination. In contrast to mortals, Titans exist on a grander scale of space and time, thus elongating their passage into death.
It's really hot
An
without
intriguing
fan.
concept, albeit
Seriously.
challenging to substantiate.
Perhaps the god...
Excuse me, Lygus.
Circes, the kin of the Skyfather as recounted in myths, now resides within my brain. Were I...
Oh,
That very well could be true. But what if the world-bearing Titan still chooses to remain silent?
In that case, the myths crafted by the...
Because I
Let's just skip
completely-
this. Because I don't understand anything. Whoa! The hand! The big hand!
Please, Professor.
Whose hand is that? It's a Kefali's hand? That's a massive hand.
the children of
hand.
humanity have indeed created a spectacle.
Welcome to Dawn Cloud. The atmosphere here carries a greater sense of solemnity than the mundane.
Dawn Cloud.
I'll notify.
So this is
in the
down,
meanwhile.
I'm well
Dawn
aware of...
Cloud.
Alas, I
We can
hoped
skip
for a
that
brilliant plan from
and
you,
totally
but it turns
not
out you
gonna
just
be,
left
you
one
know,
cage to enter
losing
another.
any storyline at all.
Save your concerns. I know very well what I'm doing.
I shall depart to explore the surroundings then. And now that I look around,
This Titan
I
is so
wonder
chill.
if there are any murals bearing my portrait around here. I'm quite intrigued to see how the children of humanity beyond the grove perceive another Titan.
Off you go. I won't be joining you. This Titan appears to be quite at ease. I should investigate the Council of Elders' recent activities first.
Be aware, I can hear you perfectly well from here.
Dude, Circe is super chill. Super chill indeed. Okay, we got more areas, more storylines. It's gonna be quite a lot, honestly. We're still within Anax's POV. Just crazy how long this POV can be. One POV can actually having like 1 hour, which is ridiculous.
Word has it that the scholars of the Grove valiantly perished resisting the Black Tide.
You could say it's the Fates.
It's only the Crimnoans and Idonians who just... So, are you here to
Tell me, how much does the Council of Elders know about the Black Tide?
Once kindness in her... Yet, when the crown...
I was really cute, but it seems as...
Alright, I'm gonna pause the game a little bit because I need to do something. Alright, I'm back. The reason is because I have food, so I'm probably gonna mute my voice because I'm just gonna eat while doing the storyline. If there's something amazing happening, I'm gonna unmute, but by the way, I'm sure this is not gonna be like super interesting, so I'm gonna eat.
Even blasphemous scholars can come here, it seems. Anaxagoras, I thought that you had died to the Black Tide.
As Kephales's priest, are you not aware of the decorum of respecting the dead?
Surely you... Let me remind you that you're currently in Dawn Cloud, so you'd better keep your deranged language to yourself. I am no longer that altar servant from years ago, who could only acquiesce to the commands of others. Now, I have plenty of ways to deal with people like you.
I'm not sure whether I should laugh or cry right now. I can't believe that a follower such as you could have been made by a creation titan. As I see it, a dead titan can't provide you with this level of confidence, right? Then who is it exactly? Could it be kindness?
You. Seeing how fond of you Elder Kindness is, I shall let that slide for now. Leave immediately, and don't impede us from receiving the Supreme Being's blessings.
Seeing as we were able to hear of this matter from the mouths of others, it seems that kindness is indeed quite sincere toward us. Perhaps this—
Oh my, what a thrilling confrontation. As expected of one of Kefali's followers.
Are you praising or insulting him?
Praising him, of course. As a believer of the God of Deliverance, it is only natural that he detests evil.
Didn't you hear me? I asked you to leave. Go as far away from here as possible. Don't mutter to yourself like some sort of madman and disturb my meditation.
I've had enough of this. Could the 15th entry hour arrive any faster?
Oh, my. Could it be that the great tree painted in this mural is actually depicting me?
Every plant, every tendril, no, even every leaf could be the embodiment of Circe's.
As a result, mere mortals who did not know what the Titan actually looked like chose to paint them as a giant tree instead. Their wisdom was portrayed as fruit, to symbolize how they shared their knowledge equally among the masses. Such exquisiteness indeed.
This mural is quite abstract.
I really can't tell whether you are praising or demeaning yourself. Now I'm quite curious whether the Reason Titan has studied figures of speech before.
Of course I find such stylistic devices interesting. For all we know, this could be the answer to the question, what exactly are we?
I, for one, am not willing to admit that I could look this ugly.
Was this the reason why you failed in your attempt to refine my soul when you were ambushed at the Grove?
Since you are aware of this, why did you save me back then?
From my perspective, this point alone was enough to separate you from the average person.
How do two lunatics coexist in the same brain?
Therefore, it seems that your journey to Dawncloud this time is not just to seek protection. What, then, is the intention behind your actions?
The entire plan is stored in my memory, so why don't you look there?
Then don't mind if I do. 1 year old, 2 years old. Oh my! Even a member of the preeminent Seven Sages must hug his Dromastal to sleep? How interesting.
That's enough.
How unusual. Your soul is actually trembling. This must mean that behind this toy hides a secret that nobody knows, right?
Since our days are both numbered, I don't mind telling you more about it. This is a present that my sister gave to me. It's a doll that was made to look like our family pet.
So there are other members in your family, eh? Are they also living in Akama?
Don't you just love to pick through my brain? Go on, continue flipping through my memories. It won't take long. You'll discover the answer when you reach the memories of when I was 5.
Oh, the black tide is everywhere. I can't bear to look.
When I was young, I couldn't accept this outcome either.
My god.
Georios, Aquila, Kefali,
I'm smiling
you,
through this
of course.
while I'm eating my food.
Although I prayed to every Titan that I could think of for help.
What a
My
crazy,
efforts were
like,
ultimately
Titan-human relationship is this?
Could this be the inception of your research into alchemy?
Indeed it was. Everything started from that verdant courtyard of yours. When I was pursuing my education there, I naturally also came to learn of Thelesis' theory as well.
Oh, I remember that person. He was the one to come up with the concept of souls, right?
Not only that, he also believed that life, as well as the composition, movement, and transformation of matter, all stem from souls themselves. This is why I thought that, since all living things stemmed from the same origin, why could I not sacrifice myself in order to resurrect my nearest and dearest?
Anaxa, you... I did it, teacher. But this is absolute blasphemy.
Whoa.
Regardless of how much freedom the Grove provides, such an act could cause you to be burned at the pyre. Your beloved, where is she
Act
now?
of blasphemy.
Send her away from the Grove at once, to a place where nobody will ever be able to find her. Otherwise, the both of us will be judged by the Council
Genuinely
of the Seven
not
Sages.
really understand what they are doing.
Calm down,
What's
teacher.
the word is?
My sister,
Your sister?
she's still not in the mortal realm. Even to this day.
It's not in the mortal realm.
What do you mean?
It was naive of me to think that I could snatch the deceased from Thanatos' grip by merely sacrificing one eye.
They're still talking about Thanatos.
Equivalent.
Still haven't met him.
exchange.
So I'm just
All
gonna
I
mute
received
myself
for that
again.
price was but an opportunity to see her for one final time. Nothing more.
Let it go, Anaxa. As one of my best students, I cannot watch you go down the wrong path without doing anything to stop it. Never do something taboo ever again. Don't disappoint the deceased, and never harm yourself. If you can do that, this classroom will still be yours, and you'll have a chance to live out your own life.
Since I was able to see her one last time, I have no other desires. You're right, teacher. It's time for me to start a new life.
I am sincerely glad for you, child. Now then, what topic would you like to study?
I wish to continue Thelesis' research.
Continue the research into souls, but you know that the Grove has long since understood his philosophy like the back of their hands. Even if you continue digging into this subject, your efforts will likely be futile.
No, teacher. After my fleeting glimpse of the deathly fog, I finally understood a single truth. Since ancient days, our understanding of the souls is but the tip of the iceberg. I may have lost an eye, but my view of the world has become clearer than ever. I have grasped the truth with my bare hands. Watch as I turn this farcical world upside down.
Who would have thought such a secret lay concealed beneath that hefty eye patch of yours? However, this story doesn't seem to be connected to your plan. In fact, I'd say that they aren't related at all.
The answer lies within the tale.
If even you cannot understand it, perhaps you should relinquish the divinity of reason to me. After all, it'd be a waste for you to hold on to it. My story ends here. Now it's time for you to tell me your secret. After all, this is what equivalent exchange means, correct?
As expected, you laid a trap for me to step into. Unfortunately, even if I was willing to talk about my past, I may not know more about it than you do.
Oh? Are you saying that the renowned Reason Titan is now admitting a lack of wisdom? Your followers are going to be sorely disappointed by this.
Child of humanity, remember this. Being cognizant of one's ignorance is the greatest wisdom of all.
Now I understand. No wonder you asked me to answer your random, nonsensical questions.
Not only that, you're the only one who can shed light on my query. As the saying goes, onlookers see most clearly.
Is that so?
Lord Anaxa.
Hmm?
I saw you muttering to yourself and was wondering whether you were caught in a delirium of reflective thought. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but time is of the essence. I have a message from Lord Lygus. Lady Kindness has met up with the Council of Elders and is awaiting your arrival, so please depart forthwith.
It's finally time.
So not everyone is able to see Cersei's, or just Cersei's just
the world, and the one
go
who
out
bears the world.
for some reason. Still not finished eating, by the way.
If you truly have not met your end, how will you answer the challenges of those who defy you?
I didn't expect you to agree to Lady Kindness's invitation. What a wonderful turn of events. To tell you the truth, there are many people who hold grudges against that Lady Gold.
Isn't that the dromas draped in finery?
Avoid his gaze. I don't acquaint myself with blasphemers.
Don't worry. He's too full of pride to pay us any attention.
Your nickname is Dromus as well? You must really like those creatures.
Never underestimate Dromas, please. Okay.
A student of Empedocles? I hear that his views run counter to the Venerationists.
This is what being a scholar is about. A collision of ideas only occurs when there are differences in beliefs, and it is such collisions that lead to progress.
Yet, in my view, there are only right and...
Lord Lygus and Lady Kindness are just ahead. I'll take my leave for now.
Welcome to the Demigod Council, esteemed guests.
Lord Anaxagoras, oh, I've heard so much about you. Head of the Nusporists of the Grove of Epiphany, notorious blasphemer, a Chrysos heir who bears Cersei's core flame, a survivor of the Grove calamity. Did I miss anything? Well, if so, please be so kind as to enlighten me.
Since Lady Kindness is already well acquainted with me, I won't waste any effort introducing myself again. But then again, perhaps the customs are different here. Back in my hometown, there is a form of etiquette known as honoring guests. The host will welcome their guest with warm hospitality by treating them to fine wine and a cozy bed. And yet, ever since I arrived, I have not been welcomed with warm courtesy or ceremonial gifts.
Why not
Instead,
telling people let's just
I'm
be
met with
sarcastic?
intense scrutiny. Even more absurd, the host has sharpened their blade and instructed their servants to lie in wait in the shadows. Perhaps you intend to cut open my heart, retrieve the core flame, and then hold a grand feast for all of the guests.
Everyone, stand down.
Thank you for understanding. I am but a feeble scholar who is not used to the stench of avarice and blood.
No need to be humble, my lord. From my perspective, your courage and gumption are worthy of the reputation of the Seven Sages. Your bravery is more than adequate to accomplish our perilous endeavor.
So, you wish to start a war?
Well, since the Chrysos heirs are calling for war, we will respond in kind. Conflict is inevitable. Since Aglaya endeavors to suppress the virtuous commoners with blood of gold, we will not hesitate to display the rights and mettle the citizens of Akama are so entitled. As to your question of whether peace is still a viable option?
Stupid
Well,
elders.
to that, I can only say this. Everything hinges on the next citizens' assembly and whether they have a sudden epiphany amid the clamor of the masses.
I don't know what
And
these
since
people
you,
thinking.
as a Chrysos heir, accepted our invitation,
Wasn't Chrysos heirs
you have
themselves are
indeed
like
given us a
demigod?
glimmer of hope.
What are they gonna do?
What brazen arrogance. What you're saying right now is worlds apart from what you were saying before you retired your cleaners.
I don't deny it. After all, they're responsible for cleaning up any threats, and just a moment ago, you were on the side of the Chrysos heirs. But now that you're an ally of ours, we can continue talking somewhere else. As you know, these walls have ears. I was fortunate enough to have the opportunity to discuss a treatise about the Venerationists with your teacher, Empedocles. Yet, it seems you subscribe to the Nusporists instead, Lord Anaxa. I've heard that this school of thought is one with many detractors.
It's normal for ideas to have supporters and dissenters, just like how there are two types of people in this world.
Welcome back to the hub of the Demigod Council, Lord Anaxagoras. Surely you remember that countless eloquent orators have stood in this spot before and emerged victorious by stoking public sentiment with their words. And yet there have also been innumerable blasphemous philosophers who set themselves up for failure because they refute this tiny, may the both of us.
Oh my, 15 days and nights. That aligns perfectly with the date of your demise. Could such a coincidence truly exist?
Using death to prove myself fits my intentions perfectly.
What strong conviction you have. As expected of the hero who dared to stand up to the Gold Weaver.
As expected, she misunderstands you.
That's enough, Lady Kindness. Dispense with the niceties. I only accepted your invitation so that I can serve the commoners alongside the members of the Council of Elders.
Oh, you say that now.
You worried.
Even someone like me can tell that only a sliver of her humanity remains. Sure.
As you're no doubt aware, Aglaya covets the core flame that I possess, which makes it the bargaining chip that allows me and the rest of you to negotiate with her. However, in return, I'll need the Council of Elders to support me as much as possible. Naturally, this includes the guards as well. You're well aware how valuable Circe's core flame will be in the era Chrysia that you are desperately pursuing. Talk is cheap, so you'd better act prudently as well.
Let us decide how much we can secure for ourselves and how much we're willing to sacrifice, like true philosophers, with our... Continuing from the earlier topic, let us discuss our common enemy, Aglaia. She is the second most experienced Chrysos heir across the whole of Akama, who has gradually lost her humanity to the ravages of time and the ablation of the core flame. A formidable opponent indeed. Admittedly, there is ample reason for her to take your life. Yet your previous reasoning is quite sound. As a seasoned political animal, it's unclear whether she will actually cross that irreversible boundary. Moreover, she still needs you alive so that the Titan's trial can be completed. Is there anyone present who can swear by the sacred vow of Kefali and guarantee that you weren't in league with that woman before coming here? Are you just trying to pull the wool over our eyes and aid her in her savagery?
I believe you're aware of Castorus the Executioner. Long before I returned to Akama, Aglaia had already dispatched her to monitor me. If I weren't able to reach this place in time, I would have been forced to meet Thanatos first. As compared to a comprehensive plan with uncertain results, if you decide to cut open my chest and remove the core flame, wouldn't that settle her nerves even more? Everything is in place. She just needs the right timing.
I understand what you mean. At the very least, the both of us agree that this tyrant who wallows in extravagance and greed is the greatest threat to achieving peace in Akama. The Council of Elders is willing to defend your right to live, just as we defend every oppressed citizen. However, I regret to say that sentiments in favor of the Chrysos heirs and Aglaia are only growing in magnitude. The peace that we are aspiring toward, as well as everything that we hold dear, will be destroyed completely. The city will be burned to ashes, and the citizens' blood will be shed. Tell me, what are you willing to do for our esteemed citizens so that they can
Although the circumstances are rather unfortunate from an objective point of view, it is an undeniable fact that ever since the Grove was attacked, I have become the de facto
I'm back
leader
to speaking
of the
again.
Grove. The Council of Elders needs
Although,
at the very
like,
least.
seriously,
in the name of Kefali, at this
I'm not
stage, the Council
100%
of Elders has...
understand. So...
Surely you jest. My loyalty does not need to be proven. The fact that the Council of Elders is asking for proof of my loyalty is itself akin to a form of betrayal.
I am incredibly honored to have witnessed the both of you bury the hatchet in a civilized manner. However, I am afraid that I must interrupt for a brief moment.
She's not civilized at all, Lygus.
As the Theoros, I have observed the following. Lady Aglaia, the Goldweaver, is currently on her way to Dawncloud.
Oh. Well, I do believe that we might have a slight overabundance of guests today.
Feeling dissatisfied, Lady Kindness? Despite the Council of Elders' lofty residence on Dawncloud, it must still tolerate the whims of the Chrysos heirs.
So you were holding back just now. Seems like you are better at playing this game than I. In any case, I'm glad that she's arriving here. So tell me, Anaxagoras, now that you're an ally of mine, if Aglaia were to demand that I hand you over, what should I do?
You can do as she says.
Tell her that the Council of Elders merely wished to chat with me and had no intention of offending her. However, by doing so, the authority of the Council of Elders will be as thin as papyrus that has been soaked in blood.
Papyrus?
Not only can it
What
be
are we,
destroyed at the
Undertale?
slightest touch, but the Council will also lose possession of a valuable core flame. No, more like 2 core flames. At the next Citizens' Assembly, that young lady who is synonymous with death will also be standing on our side.
Oh? How can you be...
Is that of importance to you? If Aglaya can seize me in full view of the masses today, she could also dismiss the entire Council of Elders in one fell swoop tomorrow. If that happens, the discussion that we've just had will turn into an utter joke instead. Is this the outcome that you wish to see, Lady Kindness?
Fine. I will handle this matter appropriately. But you do best to remember this. Fool the people, unless...
I don't care about you, forgettable NPC. The Elders.
I've got to say that you've managed to really impress me again. But shouldn't you be going after more?
Dying to know what I'm after.
I mean, I'm the reason Titan after all. It is in me to ask and seek answers.
Easy there. You'll learn the answers soon enough. I didn't bring it up with her purely because she doesn't have the means to give me what I truly want.
Yeah.
It's as they say, onlookers see most clearly.
Not really sure what this Council of
The
Elders
true
want.
masters of Dawncloud have always been the Theoros, who watches over everything.
They're talking all about being oppressed by the Chrysos heirs and stuff. It's the whole politics thing. But did they even realize how much the Chrysos heirs has been suffering all this time?
Welcome once again. You know, you could actually skip.
I think this Council of Elders, it feels like
You may not.
like
She's wary
the
of
team
me,
of
so
advisors,
naturally
let's
I had to
say.
gain her trust.
They
I
can
would
only
say that
advising
debate
people,
was not at all
not taking action.
In my view, are you still willing to let him pass?
Yes. Please. Oh, a bygone myth tells of an occasion where carefully once answered their followers' questions on the peak of the holy mountain. Their followers have since believed that scaling this Titan cliff is one way of being with the god.
Hear that? It's not every day that you get to climb a mountain with Circes. You should sing me a hymn of praise.
Titan hymns are beyond me.
You guys have hymns for Titan? I mean, I don't remember of any hymns about Titan. But why are you running so slow, Lygus? Chest. No, let me claim the chest first.
Take this.
My God.
Because I know very well what it is you are after. I believe.
I hope things go as you say, then.
Putting a child of justice into a farcical world is my hope that you.
It is seriously funny of how storyline can be so long. Well, like we are, like I think I said this multiple times. We are in a really dire situation now. You know, the Trailblazers doesn't have. The Trailblazers basically dead now. Doesn't have soul.
Honestly,
Trailblazers is lucky because they are just having remembrance
What a splendid
blessing.
view. Isn't it about time you recognize the
The souls can be
magnificence
like
of us Titans?
happening, like things can
And even
happen
though I've come
basically.
this far,
And there is no sense of urgency. of this storyline.
So the intellectual debate from earlier was too draining for you, huh? If Amphoreus gets a new lease on life, you should focus on strengthening your body and stop shirking social interactions.
Yeah, work out, Anaxa.
Save your concern.
The Titan is in sight. Can you make it?
Why? Are you going to...
Come on,
Fine
stop
then.
being emo.
Wait. Is that...
What?
Circe's?
Another Circe's.
Look at that.
Huh? What should I be looking at?
Am I hallucinating? Or
You're not.
do we even get to see souls when we're close to dying?
Huh. So everyone just gonna die. Every single Chrysos is gonna die.
Oh?
Oh.
Why didn't you bring your favorite spear with you on this trip, Nias?
Nias.
Nias.
Nikador.
No, I've heard this name
That's
somewhere.
Nikador.
It's unfortunate. The Black Tide destroyed every last inch of my calyx.
How could that be? Even a creation of Georios, from their prized ores and molten fire, couldn't...
Hey, Circe's. Do you know a certain Nias?
Nias? No, not that I remember. How did you even think up such a strange name?
I just saw him. Nias. A warrior-like figure who was just chatting with you here.
That's Nikador.
No, I have no such memory. Could you be hallucinating?
Oh no. He's dead.
This is a departed spirit.
Okay, before you die, claim this treasure first. Ascend. It's gonna float. Whoa. Floating around. Okay, her with Nikador again.
Enough about me. Did Kaos ever reply to you?
Well, regrettably.
Seems like the price of becoming a demigod is a lot heftier than we thought.
Kaos. Demigod. I've never heard of this person. Which Titan's authority did he inherit?
Look on the bright side, Nias. Since we've come all this way, I doubt he'd snub his old friends, would he?
Let's just hope we mean as much as the world to him.
Hey! Are you seeing that same hallucination again?
Yes. It's still you and Nias, but you're now talking about a certain Kaos. I'm guessing he's one of your companions?
Kaos? This name sounds just as strange to me.
Never mind. I think I know what this is about. If things are as I thought, then they aren't hallucinations.
They are memories.
But the souls of people.
Souls of people?
But if those are the souls of the dead, then what am I?
Beats me. For all I know, you're just an illusion I conjured up in my dying moments. Let's just keep going. As long as I take in more...
Know your limits. Wander too far among the dead, and even I might not be able to save you.
Aww.
Fine.
So much memories around.
If this is indeed as I thought, then this will be very amusing. So, we meet again. I'm sure you wouldn't mind a snooping ear.
Can you keep going?
Nice.
Of course. I'm just... If I knew we had to climb a mountain, I wouldn't have come along with you.
I guess this also counts as one aspect of the world-bearing burden. If Amphoreus does have a next life, you may want to get your body in shape.
Keep your sarcasm to yourself.
I'm not getting anything of value from them.
I would sooner throw myself off this cliff and hit rock bottom than exercise
So
even a little.
you're just out of shape as I am, Anaxa.
I am Calypso of the eminent Seven Sages, after all. Training would make me no different from those Helcalithist barbarians.
Calypso. She's one of the Seven Sages. A member of the Grove? No, she can't be. I would know her name if she really were one of the Seven Sages. Hey, Circes. Does the name Calypso ring a bell?
Oh no.
Circes?
Circe's gone. No.
Gone. Doesn't matter. I can do this myself.
Circe's out. No.
Looks like I'm nearly there now. The land of the dead.
The land of the dead.
Oh, beautiful old world. Where are you now? Oh, legendary era Chrysia. Return to the mortal realm.
No.
Splendid gods once walked the paths we walk.
She's trying to get him back.
Alas, all that's left of that warmth is a hazy mirage.
Hazy mirage.
Why are you chanting that too?
Oh no. Oh.
We're here. Finally. So, I don't get to ask the Titan my question. But all of you make for a pleasant surprise, nonetheless. Very well then. Let me uncover the truth for myself.
What?
Did I still fail to make it in time?
Oh.
So, I'm back here again.
Ah.
This is...
The Nether Realm.
I hear it from the depths of the tides, behind the closed doors of the Void World. A voice ready to tell me something. This time, the voice is a lot clearer than before.
Since we've come this far, let's just wait.
Back again, Naius.
Lord Nias and Miss Calypso, are you both here to visit Chaos too?
What? Who are you?
Yes.
What?
And we've been waiting for
You
quite
feel like
some time
Castorus to
now.
me. Or maybe not.
Regrettably, he hasn't answered us. The worst case scenario is that he's already been overwhelmed and crushed by the world-bearing burden.
You're overthinking, Lord Nias. I can still sense Chaos' soul in the area.
Chaos.
And besides, we both know Chaos' nature. A deliverer like him wouldn't fall so readily, much less give up on all that he holds dear.
Deliverer.
Isn't that
Ah. It's Finon's Titan.
That reminds me. Why are you making this trip alone, Polixia?
Oh, my sister needs more time to make sure the flowers are fine.
Polixia.
Such a pity. Both of you have hearts kinder than anyone else. Yet you are born only to take over Thanatos' divinity.
She is Castorus'... what is his ancestor thingy?
Everything that I see and hear this time has left me shaken to the core.
My god.
What may seem like a mundane conversation is in truth a once-in-a-lifetime exchange that has revealed the ultimate answer. The conjecture has taken shape and must now be solidified into a theorem. Next, I only need to seek verification from Kefali. By doing so, I can answer Circe's question and reclaim my body. But no, I will not do that. That isn't important. Because another one of my conjectures
one that I have always dreamed of proving, has been proved right this very instant. Fusing a mortal soul with that of a Titan to replace said Titan is not a ludicrous idea after all.
Okay. Dan Heng's POV. It's hilarious
What
how...
are you thinking about?
Wait. It is hilarious how long that POV is, despite me skipping through. Okay, back to voicing. Just amazed at how this towering tree is Circe's divine body. It's a majestic sight.
Is that so?
Hey!
You don't look the slightest bit
Hyacinth.
amazed, though. Plus, you seem to be strangely familiar with the city around the great tree.
Merely something from the past that I won't go into.
Events of the past, huh?
Hmm.
I was also a child when I looked up at Circe's. Their leaves and branches reflected the sparkling stars. And their trunk was like a pillar that supported the sky and ground. I stood at this very spot back then, imagining the day when I could climb to the top of this tree. Because I would be the closest I can be to the sky at that spot.
So I could imagine that this is happening right at the same time as we witness Anaxartes going. You're a sky priest, yet you study at a place that is home to the Risen Titan? That's rather counterintuitive.
Don't read too much into it. I mean, can mortals even hope to reach Aquala's realm? They're a strict and draconian god.
Yes, you can.
Nothing like Circe's. Reason is willing to share what is theirs with others, but Sky only expects people to revere them. You get what I'm saying, right, Denny?
Danny.
After all, the Titan that imprisoned you and Grave
I forgot
here
how
in
close
Amphoreus
Hyacinth is to
is
everyone.
none other than Aquila themselves.
Yes, I didn't count on provoking the ire of the local god.
But there will always be people who dream of soaring towards the sky. The Grove has a wealth of research on Aquila, and that is exactly what we are here for. It's just... I never thought Gray would meet with something like that before we set off. As a physician, I should have been there by her side.
It's already happened. Bad luck tends to come in streaks, so don't beat yourself up over it. Besides, Aglaia needs you here to uncover the truth behind what happened to the Grove. Let's just make the most out of this trip and keep a lookout for any documents related to the Death Titan. They could be useful to steal.
Yeah, there's no rest for the weary, huh? In any case, what we're looking for could be anywhere in this enormous grove.
Huh.
Let's split up to cover more ground. Danny, with your skills,
Danny.
I'm sure those monsters born of the Black Tide will pose no threat to you anyway.
Yeah. Danny will protect you. What about you? Will you be able to do it on your own?
Have you forgotten that you're talking to the chief physician of the Twilight Courtyard?
Yeah.
Have more faith in me. I'll be just fine.
Yeah. The silence is here. The silence in here is near deafening. With the vast amount of knowledge it holds, this academy is akin to the labyrinth of information. Even the cleverest of scholars would easily lose their way in here. I should gather my thoughts before heading in. How to leave Amphoreus? In the myth, Aquila, the titan who reigns over the domain of the skies, is the colossal bird that overlooks the world beneath them. With 100 eyes, As long as they continue to soar above the clouds, and people of Amphoreus will remain trapped on the ground. Freaking Aquila. Hyacinth's forebears were priests who worships Aquila. Nobody is more familiar with the taboo of the Sky Titan than her. Seeing how Aglaia has sent her here as a guide, it's possible that she plans to have Hyacinth take on the trial in the future. Amphoreus Titan mythology. On Amphoreus, Titans are a common topic of discussion. People create myths that in turn conceive Titans. It's a tricky task to keep an objective view among people of Amphoreus. Is there a way to step out of the situation and look at it from a different perspective? Whoa, what the hell? Think of something else. It's a bit too much. Nobody could have ever imagined that Stell's life would be forfeited the moment we land on Amphoreus. I should have done more to keep her safe, but it's not too late. We still have a fighting chance. The unique rules that govern life and death on Amphoreus might just work in our favor and save her. The Grove is a veritable library of knowledge. Maybe they'll have records on a similar case. Please, let there be one. The clock is ticking. I should search for clues as I move. My God. Okay. How long have I been streaming? 2 hours. And genuinely doesn't feel like we're moving. So this is academy. This is a school. Imagine a school that the walk path is like literal roots and branches without any kind of safety nets around. Who designed this world, man? It's a blasphemy. Wow. I thought there's gonna be another spinning stuff. But like the fact that maybe we already here, which means you could just, why even there is a button to click? Why not just boom, teleport? That's what we want. Black monsters are twisted in form, and their life has turned to ash together with their souls. It's impossible to figure out their forms when they were still alive. These are the remains of Black Tide monster. It does look different from the Titankins from up above. A scroll. Scholars, blah 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 blah. We have to do it. We have to. Bam, bam, bam! No, 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 not attacking me. No need to attack me.
Really now? This is way more trouble than I could have asked for.
Need a hand?
Or you could sit back and watch.
Oh. I can't tell if you're serious or not, but being hard to read isn't without its perk,
I'm kidding, Jenny. Lend me a hand, pretty please. All right, now let's get him.
She trying to be mysterious with Danny. Dude. Danny is being liked by all the pink hairs.
So make it with hell up to you know this big diamond. It's all yours. May this faint light dispel the gloom, restore the skies.
Dispel the gloom, restore the skies.
Existence is unity.
Okay.
Every petal
I should have
will
stick
be
with
swept
the
away by the wind.
Hertha. Oh, come on, let's just do this.
Destined for oblivion.
The auto way.
How familiar.
Have some sunshine. Time to twirl. Dispel the gloom, restore the skies.
How familiar.
This big diamond, it's all yours.
Yay! We finished the unnecessary fight. This place is practically in ruins. What happened? There shouldn't be this many monsters here.
The black tide is remarkably quick to detect the light of Amphoreus. So or rather, the blessings of the Sky Priest in me, might have unknowingly called them to me. Anyway, never mind that for now. Here, you might want to have a look at this. I found it around here and thought it might be of interest to you.
Scholars debates. I mean, who have... Yeah, nobody have times to read that. I'm so sorry for the people who really enjoy the storyline. But I just cannot fathom of
This is
how
new.
long
I didn't know
it
Professor
can be
Anaxa
if
was
I read
researching
every
this guy.
details.
He's never mentioned anything about it.
Finon said Anaxa might be opposed to the flame chase journey.
Might is an understatement. Anaxa has never been one to venerate the gods, nor has he ever found it within himself to put any faith in the prophecy. People have come to think of him as a heretic, even in a place as liberal as the Grove. Yet, it is also this very blasphemer that Cersei's favors.
I picked up a scroll that on my way here too. It looks like it may be related to the ones you're holding.
Let me have a look.
Dude, Anaxas is in danger now. Trailblazers
By the looks of them,
are dead.
These scrolls are records of two conversations that
Of course,
took place.
game. I just
Go
couldn't understand of where is the sense of urgency in the storyline. It feels they trying to just deliberately make it really long. What is Anaxa's field
These
of study?
forests primarily study the application of alchemy in soul repair.
Alchemy in soul
Everyone
repair.
considers Anaxa a blasphemer, but that has never stopped him from sharing his ideas, no matter how taboo.
Huh.
If you must say that he's hiding something, then it's likely what lies beneath his eye patch.
I don't have any more questions.
Anaxa often says that every failure brings us one step closer to the truth.
Hey, you know what? I agree.
Perhaps, to him, the crash of the sky ship carries a different interpretation. The firmament is not impenetrable. On the contrary, it was precisely because the sky ship represented the first step toward breaking free from the shackles of the earth that it provoked the wrath of the Sky Titan and brought divine punishment
Shackles
upon
of
itself.
the earth. This is the earth?
A shame that the majority of the Grove's research on Aquila was headed by the Venerationists.
Don't worry about it. We'll just collect everything we can find on the Titans for now. There's something else that's caught my attention though. It says that Anaxa is conducting secret experiments of some sort.
That's what I'd like to know. What
are these experiments he's involved in? Even I, the assistant lecturer, know next to nothing about them.
Assistant lecturers. You're a healer though. Why are you assistant lecturers of
I
Anaxa,
have a bad feeling about this.
who is an alchemy guy?
Could there...
And you also mentioned that alchemy guys that is always going for the taboo,
Could there be more to what happened at
doing
the
the
Grove?
soul stuff. Whoa. He's running. People are running really fast here.
This is the Library of Philia, a place where the Grove stores its collection of tomes. Other than books written by... We've had more than our fair...
Sorry.
Nice.
I think I'm skipping this. As much as I love Dan Heng and Hyacinth, I cannot just keep reading and voicing all the stuff. I'm not a voice actor, guys. Investigate. If there's a skip button, I would love a skip button,
I
man.
can already see... Why else would they call... Are the Titans truly... They marched him straight to the seat of... So what he took on the
The
first...
reason why, you know, I think we all love
Anaxa said this, needless to say.
the Bella book storyline.
Anaxa always...
Because
every being
one,
in the world
it's
owes their
short,
safekeeping
two,
to Kifli.
it's
And this is even
relatable,
more so for the
and it makes
Christos
more
heirs
sense.
who have divine blood coursing through them.
Well, this is just a whole lot
has
of
really done
new
something of that nature.
vocabularies that I feel like,
Thankfully, they had
you
no way
know,
to prove it.
if
So it
you are
amounted to
not
nothing
really
more than
into the
an
storyline,
allegation
it's just
One by one,
honestly so
Anaxa
difficult to
engaged in
understand.
wars of words against those who would challenge him. Toward the end, it was only after a brief... Yes. By the way, this stack of complaint letters, I'm talking
And this is the reason why I just live stream it.
even the
Because if I
administrators
record it,
of
it's
the
not gonna
Grove
be
Estate
interesting. Because the whole things for me is just not interesting to begin with. We are going to the same place at Trian. No, this is not the place Trian got cancelled, but this is the one we meet Cersei's for the first time, right? I forgot. Woo!
This is the place. But where is everything? Materials for alchemical experiments, matrix diagrams, and even the seal to the lab. They're all gone. The black tide destroyed it all.
No wonder we didn't see any defense mechanism along the way. Have you ever been here before?
No, not even close. Not only are alchemy experiments high-risk activities, but Professor Anaxa also has a penchant for using bizarre materials. Students often saw him walk in looking bright as rain, but come out covered in soot with his hair singed. Naturally, no one dared to come near this place. Huh? That bookshelf over there.
They're still intact. Let's see. Let's do this quick. It's another scroll. Nice.
What's going on? Anaxa is conducting research on our friends in Alchema and... me?
Me and you. This journal contains several intriguing points. The creation of Titans. From the abyss of fate to Castrum Kremnos, I've seen many Titan creations, During my time in Amphoreus, life forms created by Cesis, blah 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 blah.
Danny, look at this. I have a bad feeling about this.
Why? A hastily written journal appear incomplete. Okay. Any dead titans offer no insight worth pursuing, but dying titans, they're the perfect research subject. Only by understanding the fundamentals of creation can we ensure perfection at the moment. Okay.
My biggest fear. It's come true. After going through his notes, I think I can piece it all together now. Anaxa was carrying out experiments on soul transmutation.
Soul transmutation? You mean he's trying to reconstruct human souls alchemically?
Yes, this is what he was secretly conducting research on.
Whoa.
Something he had to keep hidden from others. Compared to his public speeches, this is the real blasphemy. Oh, I just thought of something.
What's wrong?
Do you remember when the Black Tide was approaching? The Grove had planned to send Cersei's core flame to a safe place. But an accident happened along the way, and Anaxa lost his life in the process.
But Cersei took over his body and resurrected him, which led to the situation we're in now.
That's right. But what if Professor Anaxa's fusion with the core flame of reason wasn't an accident?
What do you
Put
mean?
yourself in his shoes. Knowing that the Black Tide was closing in and your time was running out, what would you have done?
I'd put my theories to the test, no matter the cost.
Exactly. When the Black Tide came, the true reason Anaxa headed to the Luminary Throne was to transmute and fuse himself with the Titan's core flame.
Whoa. Did he succeed?
No. Judging from how he reacted after the event, the results came as a surprise. Maybe he failed to consider the possibility that Cersei's would make a similar decision. The manuscripts detailing all the alchemical formulae have been taken away. His research is still ongoing.
I love how I think there is an AI mouth movement happening. Danheng doesn't have any voice, so his face is just, his mouth is not moving, while Hyacinth has a pretty good
only one
mouth
Titan
movement.
left in the world now. No. No way.
What? To conceive an entity of perfection, one must first understand the principles of creation. If Anaxa is in Okima now, then that means
He's after Kefali.
he's after Kefali, the world-building titan.
Sir, this sky above us, it's not real, is it?
Of course not. This is just an image from a projection device used for educational purposes. A simple trick. The day-night cycle has been lost to this world. So that students like you may still learn about the night sky, astronomers have harnessed the Titan's miraculous power to manipulate
It's
the light,
completely messed
projecting
up.
the nights of the past here.
The world doesn't have day and night cycle. That is a completely messed up world.
Much like how the sky above the holy
How do
city
you
is
guys
also
have
illuminated
food?
by Kefali's dawn device.
Better not talking about logic in the Honkai Star Rail
conclude
games.
often people know.
And they're just deluded. We have already reached so much
Got
time.
another
As a
flashback.
sage, but above all,
So the formula of having a Honkai Star Rail storyline
Child of humanity.
is, so the Trailblazers are sideline. These side characters coming out and become the main characters, their POV, and then they have a constant flashback, whether it's once or two times, and then we focus to another POV, and then going back to this guy again, and then witnessing whatever that flashback again.
You didn't...
We are going round and round.
You figured it out. If I were as foolish as Adromus, perhaps I'd throw myself down and prostrate before their greatness, begging for the gods' prophetic wisdom.
Before such power, does it make any difference whether you're a human or a Dromus?
I'm sure you're familiar with the story of the Styxians. When the raging waves threatened to swallow them, they didn't just give up and become sitting ducks. No. They constructed a dam that kept the roaring tide at bay, chaining down the mad Fagusa. They call me a blasphemer, Circes. But that doesn't mean I deny the existence of gods. It's just, as I see it, Titans are simply a force that mankind has yet to find a way to tame.
Oh? If power that rivals the Titans is what you crave, why not conform to the prophecy and brave the trial?
Why stop at harnessing the power of the Titans when I can do so much more? The source of life is what I wish to grasp, to understand what makes up the soul, and to learn what we really are. Thanks to you, I've had the chance to personally verify, in more ways than one, that the soul indeed ceases to exist in death. But where there is death, there is life. And where there is an end, there must also be a beginning. How then is a soul born? That was the only unknown variable left in my calculations.
And by the sound of it, you have already formed a conjecture.
No, I have already drawn a conclusion. In my journey unto death just now, I finally saw the answer with my own eyes.
Professor Anaxa,
Professor Anaxa.
I'm here.
Cassie!
Her life hangs by a thread. I must ask you to refrain from taking any unnecessary steps.
Of course. I'll bring this to a conclusive end, and give you the answer you so desire. However, in accordance with the principle of equivalent exchange, I must also demand from you what I need.
As you wish.
Don't you care to know what the price might be?
It's a matter of uncovering the truth about the Death Titan and her survival.
Her survival.
This may be the only
Say my
time I
name.
can ever save someone's
Or
life.
at least, you know, say
There is no need for me to
Trailblazers
think
survival. Ah,
I see.
people.
In that case...
What are you saying? This may be the only time I can ever save someone's life. There's no need for me to think twice. Wow.
Indulge me. Am I correct to say that you intend
She
to
never
prove
saved someone's
Thanatos'
life.
whereabouts
That's
and
all she
prove the
does.
nature of our existence now?
It's just killing people.
Before I begin, I must confess I had been stuck in a cognitive trap all this time. As unrelated as these two propositions may seem at first glance, they are in fact logical equivalents. They are merely two different ways of telling us about what the soul is at its core. The reason I say this is as I've mentioned earlier. The answer was hidden in my journey unto death.
Anaxa, you were in the Netherrealm?
Yes, I am but a living dead man now.
Living
but
dead
that's
man.
not important. What truly matters is, I overheard a conversation between heroes. That's not all. Remember how I said you were a part of that conversation too, Circes?
And I've told you that I have no recollection of such an event. That was likely just an illusion conjured up by the mind of a dying man.
Of course you would remember, because that wasn't you. That was Calypso.
Calypso.
One of the 7 sages of the Grove.
Calypso?
Huh? Oh, that's the name I made up on a whim when speaking to this girl. How do you know of it? And surely you jest. Don't you think I, of all people, would know if that were the name of one of the 7 sages under the shade of my tree?
What?
Don't you claim to know the Grove's past like the back of your hand?
It seems you've lost even the memories seared into your soul. Use your head, Circes. Since all of this took place in the realm of the dead,
Giving
it
advice
stands
to a
reason their
Titan.
likenesses are of souls from the past. The living cannot step foot into that
Titan not really
So
having,
who could they
like,
be?
you know, smartest brain
Think
in the
about
world.
Calypso. Why does she share your likeness? Yet you have no idea who she is. The answer is evident, is it not? Those fallen heroes are the mortal incarnations of the Titans before their ascensions to godhood. The gods aren't master creators born out of thin air, and they are no different from humans, because they all evolved from one.
They just evolve into Titan. So Circes, you are formerly human too.
Does this
I think
answer disappoint you?
that Calypso is you.
Yes, because you've answered nothing. If I truly was once human, as you claim, then where do the children of humanity come from?
Even on the off chance that you speak the truth, this brings us no closer to grasping Thanatos' whereabouts. How are we to find them?
Which means, you know, adding more questions. What is Titans? What is Core Flames?
I knew you would say that, but it matters not. I know what I'm doing. Actually, why don't we have this supreme being standing before us tell us everything?
You can revive a Titan?
Humans cannot return from the dead. Neither can gods. But all we need to do is look at this from a different perspective, and the problem will resolve itself. The solution is simple. Just like what you did to me. If I'm reborn as Kefali, I can rebuild the world and all within it as they once did. Simple, is it not?
Yo. Anaxa wanted to become a Titan. He's trying to become
news from
Kefali.
Hyacinth and Danhung. Anaxa might be trying to do something with Kefali's divine body.
Kefali? But what could Anaxa want? Is the Council of Elders going to sit around and let such a sacrilegious act unfold?
That is not possible. He is indeed the great performer, capable of fooling anyone and everyone with his tricks.
I'm sorry.
No need for guilt, for this is good news to us. The Council of Elders has found themselves a traitorous ally. Anaxa's ambitious desires will be something we can exploit. What we should be doing now is to keep our eyes peeled for whichever trickery Kynus is up to, and react accordingly to thwart her plans. Being Archima's political center, the Demigod Council holds just as much significance as the Vortex of Genesis. Someday, after my duty is over, this site will take the place of the battlefield where you hunt gods. Become the next challenge you are to overcome. Till then, get used
Why
to
does
this
everyone
place
want
as
to
soon
die?
as possible.
What is this? What is Amphoreus, the land of the dying? We'll be waiting here for your good news.
Preposterous!
Preposterous.
The Chrysosairs only have their standing because of the Council of Elders. How dare they trample over it?
Ah, my god, NPCs. Oh, these people are shooing daggers with their eyes.
It's been a while.
Crateros. Oh, hello, Oleg of Amphoreus.
Is
Oleg,
this really the sort of person that the young lord praised as a ferocious warrior?
don't you disrespect Oleg from
It has indeed
Bellabon.
been some time, Lord Crateros. What brings you here in such haste?
Shh, keep it down. Be more vigilant. See those duplicitous dogs over there? They do the dirty work for Kynus. I've already ordered my people to hold them back, but we should still lay low.
Unless you're itching for a bloody fight to get a workout in.
My bad. So, did something happen?
Did you hear thunderclaps last night?
Thunderclaps. It would be hard not to notice thunderclaps in broad daylight.
Thunderclaps are beacon signals of strife. They are a message from the young lord. He threw a spear bearing several words in Akama.
Watch out. The Flame Reaver is back.
The Flame Reaver is back.
I guessed as much.
Mighty.
We didn't actually kill them back at the Kremnos Arena.
I figured this is something you would want to know. We Kremnoans never back down from a fight. So if you plan to take that thing down in a battle, reach out to me anytime.
You have my gratitude. I will let Aglaya know about this right away.
Remind her to be on her toes while you're at it. That vicious kindness has been unusually active lately. Those lackeys she keeps under cover have been going in and out of the city a lot more frequently these days. Some even seem to be getting Kremnoans to defect to the council.
Maybe she is the Flame Reaver's lackeys.
That's her.
Looks like you can see it for yourself.
We should get back. Thank you for the intel, Lord Krateros.
Thank you, Krateros. We're back to the Trailblazers POV. Finally. Oh my god. It's been 80 years.
By Catholic into Lenten above, as the Theoros, I have
Oh!
Aglaya! What happened here?
I know about the poisonous fangs of that king snake through the golden threads. In the past, I would be confident about keeping her in check, but I admit I am now unable to do so.
What do you mean?
It is no longer about eloquence or arguments. I have been a demigod for far too long that I hardly have any humanity left. Before I realized it, I have become no different from these hypocrites. No longer capable of relating to the people. This has come a lot sooner than I expected. But perhaps it is time. I need you to step up, Finan, in order for me to retreat behind the scenes.
What?
Yes, this is my duty, but...
It is far easier for the Council of Elders to fool many than just fool one person. Their so-called more support is no more than a ruse to distribute power using words instead of lances. There is no glory in winning this debate. But that makes having respect for humans so much more priceless. Finan, you are a Chrysos heir without flaw, capable of relating deeply with humans.
I appreciate what you've taught me, Aglaya. I hope we'll live up to your expectations and win this debate.
Ah. A debate with Finan. Stop laughing! I'm stalking right now. And why is the Trailblazers with Finan?
Oh, you've done well, Lord Calictus. Let me take over and personally close this debate for today.
What?
Dearest counselors,
Close
let
debate.
it be known that I sorely miss the blissful times portrayed in lyrical poems. Back then, Amphoreus was home. Yet, in the present, people from all over are forced to leave their homeland to seek refuge in the holy city, where they hope to rest under Kefali's protection. All of us have long been in the same boat with no way out of this plight. We didn't have a choice in the past, but now the Council of Elders brings to the table a new possibility. All I have left is one question for you. Would you rather strive toward the unheard of Era Nova, or return to the prosperous Era Chrysia of our past? Make your choice.
But how do you go back to this era that presumably is coming from the past?
Now,
what do you mean
which
by
of the
that?
two would lead mortals to an eye?
No hesitation. I stand by Era Nova. It's possible, no. No hesitation. Era Nova is a path of salvation the gods promised. We should not have doubts in the flame chase journey.
We all know that Era Chrysia is a thing of the past, Lady Kindness.
Yeah.
Please, enlighten me. How does the Council of Elders plan to turn back time?
Let the three Titans of Calamity be born, and Era Chrysia is nevermore. But bring demise to those Titans, and Era Chrysia will descend upon us again.
Of course.
Know that the Council of Elders is never
Anaxa?
one to make empty promises. Look at who we have on our side.
And Castoris.
Anaxagoras, one of the Grove's 7 sages. And Castorus, Idonia's goddess of death. With the help of these 2 heroes, I can promise all of you that Era Chrysia will exist once more.
Cannot really understand. Are they really? With the elders, it seems like they don't.
It's clear from the start that these heroes do not get along well in their group. All the more proof that Aglaya isn't fit to speak on behalf of every Chrysos heir. I am
my
in
God.
favor of Era Chrysia.
To be honest, Aglaya deserved this.
Era Chrysia! Era Chrysia!
Era Chrysia. Yeah, I know, understand.
Castorus? Why are you standing over there?
You finally arrived, Naxa. So have you, Kaz.
Don't worry, Aglaya. Well, I know that you have many queries. Could you continue to converse like how the citizens normally do? Tell me, dear citizens, if we successfully retrieve and return Thanatos' core flame without anyone passing the Death Titan's trial, what would happen next?
The answer is simple. We will have a chance to rid the world of death and bring Amphoreus back to an era when all beings live forever. We'll usher in a
What?
new future that will be entirely different from the flame chase journey.
To an era where all beings live forever. What?
He's one of the
He'll live forever?
Your proposal is much too idealistic. As long as
What's
the
so
Black
good
Tide
about
still
living
exists,
forever?
how can we go back to the old days?
Remember what I previously said? Kefali's core flame is guarded by the secret power of the Council of Elders. Plus, Fagusa's water curtain will be able to block out any external perceptions. Tell me, dear citizens, have any of you ever seen even a glimpse of the threat that this person is talking about anywhere within the walls of this majestic holy city?
But this place will become the Flame Reaver's target sooner or later.
Oh. Could it be that you heard that from the Flame Reaver themselves?
He's asking to the citizen, not you.
Citizens, let's loudly sing the blessed hymn. Oh, beautiful old world, where are you now? Oh, legendary Era Chrysia, return to the mortal realm.
After the destruction of the 3
I
Titans
think
of
they're really
Calamity,
trying to get
the Flame Chase
Flame
journey will
Reaver
have to
coming.
end.
Maybe a bait. Oh my god.
This is
Excitement.
bad. The masses are now totally riled up.
Anaxa, pray tell. Everything that you've mentioned hinges on the premise that we can find Thanatos' existence, right?
Thank you, Lady Aglaya, for still caring about this city. However, dear citizens, we are truly fortunate and blessed. For Castorus, Idonia's goddess of death, will surely find Thanatos under my guidance.
What?
With that, I solemnly promise that the core flame Lady Castorus brings back will be personally managed by the Council of Elders.
Wait, no!
Thereafter, if we are able to garner the support of all of you at the Citizens' Assembly, we shall spare no effort in ensuring that the Era Chrysia will return to our world once again.
Alright, here cheering in excitement.
With the
Sure,
balance shattered,
sure games.
The result is clear. Buy carefully into Lenten above, as the Theoros I have
Law
observed.
Titan. It's a Law Titan?
Akama has chosen her destiny. The issue up for discussion at this citizens' assembly shall be modified to the suspension of the Flame Chase journey. This resolution shall be put up on the Wall of Heroes, such that all citizens are aware of the city's way forward.
Wow, the members of Council of Elders are cheering in excitement. Wow. Thanks for not showing it to us.
Aglaya, dear Aglaya.
Oh.
What has caused your heart to soften? You also don't seem to be as quick-witted as before.
Wag your tongue as much as you like. Since the Flame Chase journey has been preordained by the prophecy, our failure has never been on the cards.
Well then, I guess we'll find out if that's true at the Citizens' Assembly.
Citizens' Assembly. Okay. Learn about what's happened.
Well, it seems that when I sent you to look for Anaxa, I unintentionally facilitated your partnership with him instead.
My apologies, everyone. I know that you have many questions to ask me. I will answer them to the best of my knowledge.
In that case, please tell us as much as you can.
What happened when you went to look for
In
Anaxa?
actuality, he showed me a past that was both long and heavy.
The reason I say this is, as I've mentioned earlier,
Of course,
the
we're
answer was
going
hidden
back.
in my journey unto death.
Anaxa, you were in the Netherrealm?
Yes, I am but a living dead man now, but that's not important. What truly matters is, I overheard a conversation between heroes.
Conversation between heroes. Casteris's POV. Oh my god. How long this can
Have you
be.
heard of this tale before?
Polixia.
A tale about the ocean god's treasured pearl, our hometown.
So it's from Anaxa we're going to Casteris
It
now.
was a seaside town which enjoyed the ocean breeze.
They use the same formula.
Times, thanks to the wisdom of
Now
its
this is the
ruling
lore.
queen.
The lore that we probably not gonna care
Until
so
one day
much.
it barged into the queen assembled. It was then that the princess was reborn. The queen was overjoyed.
Princess was
Blissfully
reborn.
unaware that the evil dragon's soul still lurked within the princess's body. As revenge, the evil dragon swallowed the poor queen, the glib liar, the courageous. Worse still, terrifying death had consumed all. Thereafter,
Polixia.
our home.
Until?
Until?
Ah.
Actually, I don't know what happened next either.
Oh my. It seems that you still like to whet
Oh.
people's appetites even after all this time, Polixia. So, according to your story, this is how I used to look? It's practically a mirror image, and yet, what exactly is this?
A miracle that I created with alchemy. As for what it is and how I was able to accomplish it, I'll keep the answers to myself for now.
Oh, my goodness. Is this cliffhanger really necessary?
I agree with Cersei's. Is it really that necessary, man? Just tell us everything. What are you even hiding?
Continue to enjoy this splendid play, and the truth will naturally reveal it.
Dragon, huh? I've heard this legend before.
In that case,
I think that this so-called alchemy was a tenuous analogy added to the story by future generations. After all, you've never heard of a tradition of alchemy in your hometown before, have you?
Indeed. before I left home to pursue my education, I never even knew that anybody was looking into this area of study.
Therefore, we can just treat this tale as a fable told to young children.
A fable, you say? If so,
I guess it might be the concept of equivalent exchange.
Oh? I thought the moral might be closer to something like honor the dead.
We heard about this before.
Lost for words?
No. I merely realized that we're both thinking of the same principle. If life is priceless, then there is hardly anything else in this world that is of...
Indeed. As expected of the wisest scholar in the land.
You flatter me.
Of course.
If I imparted my knowledge of the art of would you use it to resurrect someone you loved?
What? What kind of strange question is this? I got it. You're just trying to get me to tell you whether I like anyone, right?
Let's just leave it at that. That was rude of me.
Yes, I would.
Oh?
Death is inevitable. In the days to come, I'm certain that someone whom I cherish deeply will leave me for good if such a mighty power really existed. I think I would use it without hesitation. After all, you, me, and the rest will all have to face that fateful moment eventually.
Sometimes I feel like this Honkai Storyline trying to, you know, tell something is pretty obvious, but it's, at the same time it's quite, you know, poetic. Talking about death, talking about dreams and stuff.
My time is finally here. However, perhaps because of my firm belief in the immeasurable value of life, I am unable to complete the trial.
Complete the trial.
You shall wither, and through that, the dead will sprout again from the remains, and be reborn with the dead flame. It is a pity that fate is such a cruel mistress.
Is there no other way of interpreting those words?
I'm afraid that the meaning is clear. Between my sister and me, one must pay the price.
One must pay the price.
Our
Pay the price thingy.
Fortune makes fools of us all.
There's one that is not
My sister is prepared to sacrifice herself. And yet, I can't do the same. How absurd. My time is almost up, but I'm still afraid to welcome death. What should we do? If I'm ultimately not able to make up my mind...
Since Chaos is willing to guide all of us and leave this trial to the end, there is still plenty of time for you to ponder.
That's right. Don't allow the fog of an uncertain future to cloud your mind.
Trial, prophecy, the topics that they're discussing seem familiar. But these three people must not have left their names in the epics. Otherwise, I would have some recollection of this.
Amphoreus' history before the Titans were born was complete chaos. Is that not strange by itself? I have long held 3 hypotheses about this. However, let's continue watching for now.
Calypso, Polixia, and this warrior. I seem to have met him somewhere before.
It's Naius.
Regarding this matter,
It's Nicador.
Naius, are you confident that you'll complete your trial?
Of course. Though, I am worried about what will happen once I've emerged victorious.
You become a madman.
Looks like you have made up your mind.
Yes, This is the safest course of action.
What is that black screen even do though? We're just gonna
Completely
I don't
separating
know, man.
courage, honor.
Please, young lady.
Let's get through all of this quick.
Because this is furthermore.
We know the basics.
Let's
we
chat, young lady,
understand.
since there's still time.
Of course. This warrior is
Titans originated
Lord Nias.
as human.
As the embodiment of Nikador's divinity, he entrusted his life to us and allowed humankind to end his madness. That means that what I'm currently seeing before my eyes is in fact...
Looks like one hypothesis of mine has already been proven true. These heroes are the true forms of the Titans, before they
Attain the
their
divinity.
If so, the chosen one of death that he speaks of is actually...
Polixia
Polixia.
is the previous form of Thanatos? But her appearance...
Appearance looks like me.
If this is true, as long as we can find out where she went, we'll naturally be able to figure out the location of the Death Titan.
Maybe you are the Death Titan herself.
But before that, we first need to witness what ultimately happened to Lord Nias.
Okay. Hymn of Dawn.
Nikador's courage is a testament that they have...
I've heard that these words are still...
Honor, courage, tenacity,
sacrifice.
Sacrifice.
And finally, the only thing that remains is reason.
Cheer up, young lady. There is no need to shed tears over a glorious death.
All farewells in this world are sorrowful.
No, young lady. As a warrior, I have witnessed too many bitter deaths. But now, all I feel is peace.
Although only a sliver of your soul remains, you remain so optimistic.
To be honest, I don't know either. I am just enjoying what remains of my life to the fullest.
Enjoying?
Indeed. And now I have reached the journey's end. When I look back and see the grand epic that I've personally written, how...
But when you depart the mortal realm, won't all of your accomplishments... Separation and death are two sides of the same coin. Reconciling this...
Finally, let me recount to you a story of mine, young. The first time I returned from the battlefield, I felt extremely hollow. The calamity had devoured everybody on the battlefield but me. When I returned to the city alone, the citizens held a banquet for me that was far from pleasant. I felt as though I was still on the battlefield, and the person who had returned was nothing but an empty shell. It was late into the night by the time the banquet ended. It was a crazed scholar looking at the night sky and muttering to himself by the side of the road. Do you think that it'd be better if we just died on the roadside like a couple of stray dogs? To my surprise, he shrugged his shoulders and sighed.
To someone who is currently experiencing death, dying and living afford the same amount of bliss. Now please go away and don't block my starlight.
Are you trying to say that there is no difference between living and dying? For they are both journeys that lead toward death?
That's exactly. Therefore, young...
The embodiment of...
It is time for me when that moment finally comes.
This is too metamorphotic for me. Too poetic.
I knew this day would eventually come.
It kinda sounds cringe. Polixia. Polixia is about to die.
The both of you ready?
Polixia, I'm here.
What? It's you!
What? This...
This is quite interesting indeed.
Is this... Polyxia's sister? Is it me?
Polyxia's sister is you. And you are the Death Titan
It's
then?
time for us to fulfill our promises. Are you afraid? What are you afraid of?
That I won't be able to do it.
Oh.
You shall wither,
We're just,
and through that,
we're just
the dead will
sisters.
sprout again from the remains, and
Not
be
really
reborn
sure
with the
which
dead
one is
flame.
Thanatos.
As foretold in the prophecy, and according to our vows,
Or maybe just
once it all
Polyxia
ends,
is
we
Thanatos.
must face our fated moment head on.
Even if it was prophesied, do we have no say in the matter? It's so unfair. Why are we the only ones who are forced into mutual destruction? Let me do it, sister. Let me be death's sacrifice. I was never long for this world anyway. But you're different. I was the one who wasted your life after all.
Aww.
You're wrong, Polyxia. I don't think that my life was wasted. Just the opposite. When I finally arrived at this destination and looked back at the journey I took, I discovered that flowers had long since bloomed along the path I walked. It was you who sowed the seeds for this sea of flowers.
Hey,
One that is
hello,
more
Mayui.
beautiful than the promised
Welcome.
land at the end of the world. Besides, I
I've
have
been
lived a fulfilling
skipping
life.
and skipping through all the
Even though I was
storylines.
fated for sacrifice,
And now I'm
none
here.
of the things that I've experienced will dissipate. Instead, they'll forever live on as memories inside your head. Will they not?
How could my memories of you ever compare to the actual you?
No, no cry.
Well then,
There's no crying in the Kremnoan language. Let me
what
enjoy the
exactly
story.
are we?
I don't know.
I don't know either. But regardless of what the answer is, regardless of how we're shaped by others, or even by this world, ever since we were born, the fact that we existed was predestined, and nothing could erase it. This is why I will always, always be by your side.
Why is all of these Chrysos heirs all dying? Who's
We're
gonna live?
twins, after all.
I guess Castro is gonna live because she's the one responsible for death.
All right, my dear Polyxia. It's time to extract my heart and light the flame of death. After that, use it to plant the first bud in the prophesied new world.
Prophesied new world. The new world. Oh.
If I imparted my knowledge of the art of alchemy to you, would you use it to resurrect someone you loved?
Death is inevitable.
Death is
In the
inevitable.
days to come, I am certain that someone whom I cherish deeply will
I know I'm
leave
gonna
me for
survive.
good.
Maybe. Maybe.
If such a mighty power really existed, I think I would use it without hesitation. Even now, my answer remains the same. This is why, sister, I promise you, in the prophesied new world, I shall plant the first bud on your behalf. Go now. Return to the Ocean God's treasured pearl, our hometown.
Ocean God's treasure pearl.
I shall open wide the entrance to the Nether Realm and grant you a second life. The living beings on this earth shall respond to my call,
and lead you to the sacred daylight. Remember, do not look back on the land of the dead. Do not stop moving.
Very cool.
The new world promised by the prophecy. March toward your new life. As for the price of our equivalent exchange, let me be the one to pay it.
Okay.
Everybody, we've come to the end. Unfortunately, I
This
am
is
not
still a
compatible with the
flashback.
Supreme Being.
My God.
So I was unable to
Amphoreus
completely
is so long,
fuse their
bro.
soul into my own body. However, being able to glean all this from them is exciting enough. I'm certain of this now. Before the Titans that we are well acquainted with were born, a group of heroes
Am I at the
roamed the land. These heroes
halfway
followed
mark
a prophecy
for the
and took
3.2
possession of divine
storyline?
authorities one by
How
one,
much storylines is
until
left?
they eventually became
Approximately.
the pantheon of
How
the
many
new
percent
world.
it is?
Just like the flame chase journey of today, Amphoreus' history
So you're halfway,
is
alright.
cyclical in nature.
Huh. What a startling revelation. This
Startling
means that the
revelations.
demigods, who bear the core flames, will also become the new titans at the world's end.
A bit over half. Okay.
Thereby shaping a new
It's
world.
good to know.
I believe that this is the truth behind the Era Nova, as mentioned in the prophecy.
This is utterly unbelievable. Besides, those twins in the past, even if they really are Thanatos, their whereabouts are still unknown even today.
Are their whereabouts truly unknown? Didn't Polixia mention that seaside town? The birthplace of alchemy in the tale of the dragon. In our world, there exists a city which perfectly matches that description. Styxia.
Styxia.
But the people there worship Vagusa and bear no relation
your
to
hometown.
Thanatos. I've also never been to that place, as in the time of Idonia, it had long turned into underwater ruins.
Take this.
This is...
The Nusporist masterpiece. The Philosopher's Stone. It was made by transmuting all of the sages' wisdom into a single entity, with their flesh and blood as its foundation. Remember, I've mentioned before that the art of alchemy is all about conversion, tempering, and ascension. This process also applies to the pursuit of truth. Regardless of how unbelievable this sounds, the truths of the world have been refined from the impurities. Think about the story of the dragon. This stone will lead you to your real hometown, allowing you to reform the door to the nether realm and discover Thanatos' fate.
You still look as confident in your victory as ever. But what if your conjecture is wrong?
Simple. I shall merely admit to the entire world that my experiment was a failure. However, my line of thinking will not fail because I have already planted the seeds of doubt into the hearts of the masses. Actions speak louder than words, Castorus.
Seed of doubt.
With the assembly
Okay.
about to begin, don't forget the promise.
In the end, you guys just
I've already searched for
not
so
really
long.
trying to fight Aglaia.
I'm willing to try one more time. But
Whoops.
before I leave, I have another question. What exactly did we witness just now?
That was the world imprinted in Kefali's soul.
Oh.
If we are to prove its existence, you must take the final step. Go. Do not disappoint me.
I understand.
I understand. We're back to the debate.
Child of humanity.
We're not.
Don't get antsy.
Not
I
yet.
still remember the question you posed to me. As a scholar, I do not wish to offer up ambiguous conclusions. Let's discuss this topic again when she manages to find the evidence.
I I merely wanted to ask, was that stone transmuted from your heart? If so, rebirth is no longer an option for you.
Why not? When I was a child, I lost someone dear to me. When I was a teenager, I lost my faith. A while back, although you saved my life, I also lost my soul in the process. Now I'm merely forsaking my body. What's the big deal?
Why are you always finding ways to die? Isn't it good to be alive?
Yeah.
This is but a necessary sacrifice on my path to transform into the purest of them all.
Purest them all.
Can someone who's dead even claim to be the purest of them all? Furthermore, if your
Why is everyone
hypothesis is
dead?
proven correct, does it not just confirm that the myths are true, and thereby invalidate all your theories?
No, it's just the opposite. If my hypothesis is correct, it means that I can actually ascend to godhood and reshape this absurd world that you all have created.
Oh, Trailblazers POV. Finally. Currently.
That's a lot to take in at once.
At least they know their plan.
Lady Aglaya, please, let me explain.
Go on.
You know that the core flame of death has always been the greatest unknown regarding the Era Nova, which is why both you and Kindness desire to gain the power to control that core flame in the approaching Citizens' Assembly. Professor Anaxa has come to a consensus with Kindness. They want to suspend the trial once Thanatos' core flame is reclaimed, hoping thus to eradicate death from this world. If they're successful, then the flame chase journey will cease, and Akama can enjoy everlasting peace. But I know this runs counter to your wishes. So long as we do not usher in Era Nova, the Black Tide will never be eradicated. Even with Lord Mighty on the front line, and the Black Tide not posing an immediate risk, the danger nevertheless remains. Honestly, it's difficult for me to assess the pros and cons in this decision. But someone must bring the core flame before we can begin negotiations over it. The Titan could be very near. I cannot let this chance slip by. Besides, someone has to make this trip to bring back Mrs. Soul.
Yay.
Well said. You already had every reason to seek an audience
I'm
with
dead
Thanatos.
now.
It's that great performer who has weaponized your wishes and placed us in this difficult situation. A world without death. Do you desire that too?
If fate dictates that my path must oppose yours, I will do all I can to resist it and protect what I aspire to achieve.
Still going? Yes, dude. It's really
Lord
long.
Mighty showed me that without taking the first step, all talk of what follows is moot.
Just a little bit more. I think I'm almost at the peak of my sanity already. Castaris use change. Unsure of what to say, but offers a smile. Have mercy, Aglaya. Stay your threat. Number 2 is really the things that I feel right now.
I have always hoped to hear you speak your mind, Cass. And I am glad to have heard your true thoughts.
Yeah, there are a lot to go, so it's gonna be in
I visited
tomorrow.
that place in the past. Though it is
As
now
usual,
an island
I
surrounded by
finish
the river of
at
Soul's
maybe
torrents,
3 hours mark.
it's not hard to see its former splendor. Go.
You know, to
I will not
enjoy
stand in your way.
such long
As for
storyline.
you are someone who has cheated
I have to
I
take it
believe
easy.
you have more than enough reason to make the trip with Castris and meet the god of death himself. Castris, I too look forward to your journey. I wonder, what kinds of new interpretations your completed story will bring to the Flame Chase journey.
Thank you, Lady Aglaia.
I hate to put a damper on this heartwarming moment, but if Styxia is now an island surrounded by the River of Souls torrents...
The good thing we are in the
how do we find
Trailblazers
a way in?
POV now.
Lady Treby is probably...
Oh.
The answer is quite simple. In the Mids, Zagreus once made the domain of the dead their treasure vault. That is to say, they could enter
Trickery
and leave
Titan.
the Netherrealm as they pleased. And if they could do that, then it follows that the demigod who inherited their divinity must be capable of the same. I'll see you at Marmorial Palace at Action Hour tomorrow. Cypher shall be your guide to finding that ancient city.
Cypher. We haven't met Cypher at all, so it's gonna be the first time we met her. The Tumultuous Day. Nameless Recollection. Speak with Mem. We speak with Mem tomorrow. Okay, I think we're gonna meet our kitty lady next. How much Stellar Jades do I have? Not much. Oh, it went from 200 to 900. Trying to get Hertas light cones, but maybe we can do it next time. Okay, so after 3 hours, I think it's time for me to go. Thank you very much for watching. If you're missing, you can always watch the VOD, watch me complaining. And yeah, see you again next time. Bye bye.